Wait, okay.
Successful Remain in Mexico agreement. That caused this explosion. It also means Joe Biden could solve it tomorrow. How would he solve it tomorrow? By reversing those three decisions, and you would get Biden could remain in Mexico. He reinstated the disastrous policies all made the first week of his presidency. He inherited the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years, and his first week as president, he halted construction on the border wall. He reinstated the disastrous policy of catch and release, and he pulled out of the unbelievably successful Remain in Mexico agreement.
Okay, so of those two, I think the Remain in Mexico one, they probably should have stayed. I need to read deeper into the rationale for ending that. I don't know why, unless there were like serious humanitarian things that were coming up as a result. Let's see. The Remain in Mexico policy requires certain asylum seekers arriving by land at the U.S.-Mexico border, both at and between official ports of entry, who pass a credible fear screening with a U.S. asylum officer or first step of the process of requesting asylum to remain in Mexico to await their asylum hearing in U.S. immigration court. Why is it harmful? What are the concerns with the policy? Making vulnerable people wait to access asylum protection and due process in Mexico is concerning for a number of reasons. First, this policy allows many vulnerable asylum seekers to wait in dangerous and unsafe circumstances, including those in which their lives may be at risk. They may not be able to access health services, humanitarian aid, and they may face deportation. Second, making asylum seekers in Mexico to access protection is deeply concerning from a due process and access to justice perspective. The policy impacts those people who've shown that they have a credible fear of persecution. Nonetheless, the policy will make them wait in Mexico without access to family, legal, or social support. Undoubtedly, who does the policy? Wait. Will affect single adult males, single adult females, and family units. Who is not subject to the Remain in Mexico policy. Those who are over the U.S.-Mexico border who were placed into removal proceedings prior to the policy's implementation, unaccompanied children, Mexican citizens or nationals, individuals who are processed for expedited removal, any person who's determined by DHS to be more likely than not to face persecution or torture if returned to Mexico, individuals with known mental or medical health issues, individuals of interest to the U.S. or Mexican government or those with a criminal history, lawful permanent residents returning to the U.S. or individuals with advanced parole. DHS claims authority through Section 235 of the Immigration and Nationality Act, which addresses the inspection of individuals seeking to be admitted to the United States. The U.S. government has the authority to implement the Remain in Mexico under Section 235 of the INA. Why is the Catholic Church concerned with this policy? What? Okay, so it sounds like this was never just like defeated in the Supreme Court either. Okay, sorry. Let's finish watching this.
That caused this explosion. It also means Joe Biden could solve it tomorrow. How would he solve it tomorrow? By reversing those three decisions, and you would get, once again, a secure border. Joe Biden doesn't want to secure the border. Kamala Harris doesn't want to secure.
I think another issue, too, when you're thinking as well, is something to be in mind. There's something that I say a lot, is there's like three types of different immigrants that you need to be aware of. You've got like legal immigrants, you've got illegal immigrants, and you've got refugees and asylum seekers. I think it's important to keep in mind that all three of these immigrants should be treated differently. I think I can understand the rationale behind Remain in Mexico is probably a bad policy, assuming everybody's acting in good faith. Like if you genuinely have somebody showing up from some war-torn country or some like place where they're gonna get fucking murdered, or they come back and they show up to the U.S. and you say, okay, well, go chill over there until we process your shit. I can understand that it's probably pretty shitty, assuming it's like legitimate claims of asylum. The problem is if people are trying to abuse the system. Is the best way to fix it is the best way to fix that to do Remain in Mexico? I feel like the best way to fix it would just be to staff more, to just have more people to process cases quicker. I feel like that would just be the best way to go.
Secure the border. Chuck Schumer doesn't want to secure the border, and this bill was designed not to secure the border. Instead, this bill codified Joe Biden's open borders. This bill codified catch and release. Catch and release is contrary to law. But if we'd have passed this bill, catch and release would be right there in the U.S. Code. This bill normalized 5,000 illegal immigrants a day. 5,000 illegal immigrants a day works out to roughly 1.8 million a year. We've seen 9.
Oh, and that 5,000 a day was the cap. That was supposed to be the cap on asylum so they could shut the border down if there were too many coming in.
0.6 million illegal immigrants under Joe Biden. Apparently, the Republican position was going to be, we don't like your 9.6, but we're okay with 2/3 of that illegal immigration. That was ridiculous. This bill gave work permits to illegal immigrants. This bill gave government-funded lawyers to illegal immigrants. You know, one of the provisions that I personally
Work permits is probably fine. If somebody's waiting in your country for a while, better them working than not, no? I mean...
find most noxious. This bill goes directly after the state of Texas. And it says all litigation about immigration, you can't sue in Texas anymore. You got to come to Washington, D.C., to one of the most liberal courts in the country. Texas, sorry, we're throwing you out of court in Texas. You got to come to D.C. As I observed on X last night, one sane Republican would side with Joe Biden over the state of Texas in this battle to secure the border. That's what this bill did. So as a policy matter, it was terrible policy. And as a matter of politics, it was even dumber. It was obvious from day one this bill would never pass into law. Speaker of the House said it was dead on arrival. House leadership all said it had zero chance of passage. So if it wasn't going to pass into law, if you knew that, and we did know that, what was the purpose of it? The entire purpose of this bill is to give political camouflage for Democrats running in November. The objective of this bill was, number one, to do nothing, so to do zero to secure the border, but to let every Democrat running for office say, gosh, I wanted to secure the border. But those mean Republicans wouldn't let us. This is all about talking points to deceive the voters. We're already seeing Democrat candidates across the country repeating that.
You tell me that's fair that they moved the challenges to D.C. Circuit. Do you agree with that? Which challenges? What is he?
Speaker of the House said it was dead on arrival. House leadership all said it has zero chance of passage. So it's not anymore. You got to come to Washington, D.C. This bill gave work permits to illegal immigrants. This bill gave government-funded lawyers to illegal immigrants. You know, one of the provisions that I personally find most...
Well, I mean, aren't they always... Don't if you're here for asylum, you're always going to have some kind of representation over, right?
This bill goes directly after the state of Texas. And it says all litigation about immigration, you can't sue in Texas anymore. You got to come to Washington, D.C., to one of the most liberal courts in the country. Texas, sorry, we're throwing you out of court in Texas. You got to come to D.C.
Wait, who's suing who?
And it says all litigation about immigration, you can't sue in Texas anymore. You got to come to Washington, D.C.
All litigation about immigration. All litigation about immigration. I don't even know what you would sue a state for there. Like, what would the standing be on the state for that?
See, to one of the most liberal courts in the country. Texas, sorry, we're throwing you out of court in Texas. You got to come to D.C. As I observed on X last night, one sane Republican would side with Joe Biden over the state of Texas in this battle to secure the border. That's what this bill did. So as a policy matter, it was terrible policy. And as a matter of politics, it was even dumber. It was obvious from day one this bill would never pass into law. Speaker of the House said it was dead on arrival. House leadership all said it had zero chance of passage. So if it wasn't going to pass into law, if you knew that, and we did know that, what was the purpose of it? The entire purpose of this bill is to give political camouflage for Democrats running in November. The objective of this bill was, number one, to do nothing, so to do zero to secure the border, but to let every Democrat running for office say, gosh, I wanted to secure the border. But those mean Republicans...
For example, when Texas sued the U.S. government to stop Remain in Mexico, yeah, I don't even know why Texas would have standing to do that. I'm not sure. I don't know what the Supreme Court ruled on that, or what. I don't know why Texas would have any say over federal immigration policy. But maybe there's a reason why. But I don't know. I don't know where that standing comes from.
Wouldn't let us. This is all about talking points to deceive the voters. We're already seeing Democrat candidates across the country repeating that I was ready to secure the border, but the Republicans didn't.
It's on their border? No, it's not. Texas, it's on the United States border. It's on the U.S. border.
It's an utter lie. Remember, again, Joe Biden can secure the border any day he wants. He doesn't want to. And by the way, we could have passed legislation that every one of us would have supported. H.R. 2 that passed the House of Representatives. I've introduced H.R. 2 in the Senate. Chuck Schumer wants a bill that I'll vote for Ukraine aid on it. Give me Ukraine aid and H.R.
The H.R. 2 thing is just so not... I don't even know if the H.R. 2 thing would have necessarily solved... Because I think the bipartisan border bill had more to do with the asylum stuff than the H.R. 2 bill did. I think the H.R. 2 was a lot more focused on building the wall and finishing the wall and shit.
And I'll vote for that. Because that actually would secure
But to be fair, I glimpsed through the H.R. 2, like all the top line stuff or whatever. But the whole thing is like, I think hundreds of pages. So.
Order. And what did Chuck Schumer say at the outset? Nope. H.R. 2 is off the table. Why? Because the Democrats do not want to secure the border. They want this invasion, and the Americans who are dying as a result, they're willing to look the other way.
This is a crazy statement, bro. Like, do you really think that's the case? Do you think the average Democrat wants the United States to be flooded? Or maybe they're just saying just leadership? I don't know.
In November, my team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so?
You probably only like walls for Israel, right? Do you think you're like making a point with that statement? Like, do you think you said something insightful there? Do you think that Israel has a wall between every single country and itself? Like, do you think you said something meaningful there, or there was like a huge gotcha? Like,
in November, my team began.
bro, we're trying to cook. You don't even have the stove turned on.
In November, my team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so?
This is Lake, what's his name? What's his name? Lakeford? Lake something? Lankford. That's the guy that we saw on CNN who was, I believe, the chief architect of that bill, I think? Or he was like a big guy pushing it. Lankford here? That's who this guy is. But they do have a wall between the problematic areas. If the southern border is problematic, then a wall is justified, no? You should take a, you should find like a thin, like a very, very, very thin strip of glass and slide it all the way into your cock and break it in half, okay? The obsession with building a wall is like the obsession with liberals and rent control fixing all of our housing problems. The issue right now has nothing to do with having a wall. I think our percentage of people apprehended is higher than it ever has been. Like 80+% of people that are trying to cross illegally are being apprehended. The problem right now has nothing to do with whether or not there's a wall or not. It has to do with how we process asylum seekers. The problem, people aren't even like trying to cross illegally anymore. They just run up and they say, I'm seeking asylum, process me. That's the issue right now. Finishing the wall isn't going to change anything. It's not going to help anything. It's like a big like jerk off monument that isn't actually doing anything at all for us right now. It wouldn't do anything at all for us right now.
We've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservative.
Your solution is to hire more judges, even more brain-dead solution than a fucking wall. How is that a brain-dead solution when we literally have a backlog of like 3 million cases that need to be processed? How do you think those cases are going to be processed, dipshit? How do you think you get through them, dumb fuck? What do you think you need? What do you do?
Got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and all.
The case will be processed by deporting them. No, you can't just deport somebody without going through the process of their case first. That's the right that you're guaranteed if you come to the United States. What do you mean? When you say that, the implication is, do we just never take a refugee or asylum seeker anymore? We never do that? Is that impossible? If you want to do that, I'm in favor of that. If you want to say fuck refugees and fuck asylum seekers, I'm 100% on board with that, and we can do that. But we need to go back to every single motherfucker in this country who descended from somebody that came through Ellis Island, and you fuckers get kicked the fuck out to Mexico too, or you can go to Canada if you really want. You're gone as well. If you all leave as a fucking package deal, then I'm for it 100%, okay? Either all of them or none of them. Okay? If you had family that came in through Ellis Island, get the fuck out of my country because you didn't go through any actual fucking vetting process. A lot of you motherfuckers didn't have fucking paperwork. You came here with less documentation than fucking Pedro, who works in a berry farm in Southern California right now. So fuck you. If you want to get rid of asylum seekers and refugees, that's fine. Everybody that came through there, you motherfuckers go home too, okay?
Officers. 100 more immigration.
Why not limit applicants to the capacity we have, just like green cards and visas? Well, that was one of the things that the Border Patrol bill was supposed to do. When Ted Cruz says it lets in 5,000 people a day, it wasn't that it lets in 5,000 a day, it was going to cap it at 5,000 a day so that if it went over that, you could shut everything down and say, no more people, too many today. I think that right now, asylum seekers or refugees for the U.S. are uncapped completely, which I think is a bad idea. But somebody linked me this, and I haven't read this yet, so maybe capping asylum seeking is like not even legal, although that seems hard to believe, but...
Judges help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years now. What are you against? 100 more high-tech drug detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America. That's killing thousands of children. This bill would save lives and bring order to the border. It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming. The Border Patrol Union has endorsed this bill.
This was the 5,000 number, yeah.
Federal Chamber of Commerce is, yeah. You're saying low. Look at the facts. I know you know how to read.
The high-tech drug detecting machine is just Hunter Biden at the border, smelling everybody to see if they got crack.
I believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, the majority right now. But unfortunately, politics has derailed this bill so far. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win. He viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know.
Well, limited things to five subs.
If they get by.
Funniest part of the wall: asylum claims can be made outside of the wall because you only have to be on U.S. territory. Wall can't be built in Mexico. Good one.
Into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing, and it's worth it taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly.
Can you agree with adding more judges and more walls, or is a wall a no-go for you? If you want to continue, if there are parts of the border that need more protection, whether that's a physical wall, whether that's more security or whatever, then that's fine. Then build it. Nobody should have a problem with that. No patriotic American should have an issue with securing the border. But the problem is you don't give a fuck about securing the border or about anything else. You just like the wall. You're like a guy that sees like a BBL on a corpse and you're like, well, as long as it's got a fat ass, I'll fuck it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The obsession with just having the wall. If somebody can walk up to a port of entry and say, hey, I'm seeking asylum, let me in. And then they come in just as fine. The wall doesn't fucking do anything. It doesn't matter there. It's not fixing the problem. You're just fixated on the wall because you've tied the wall to your identity as a fucking mega retard. Like that, like it doesn't make any sense to obsess over it that much. It's like a guy who's constantly saying like we need to fix drugs in the United States, and the only way to do that is by making sure everybody's League of Legends downloaded on their PC. And it's like, okay, well, how about like drug rehab programs or like programs to bust big drug deals? Like, okay, fine, but can we at least like force everybody to install League of Legends too? Like at least like. If you want to do it, I guess, fine. Like, again, the border should be secured. If there are open parts of the wall or there are open parts of the border where illegal crossers are a big problem, then that should be dealt with, for sure. I don't think anybody should disagree with that. But I don't think it's even remotely, I don't think it's addressing like 10% of the problem that we have right now.
Unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks, I would respectfully suggest my friend.
But walls in Israel is okay. We have walls on our border. Survive. Are you aware of that? You do know that there are walls down on the U.S. border, right? You know that's a thing, right? Beanpot, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships.
My Republican friends owe it to the American people. Get this bill done. We need to act now. And if my predecessor is watching, instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together. But that's what he apparently here's what he will not do. I will not demonize immigrants saying they are poison in the blood of our country. I will not separate families. I will not ban people because of their faith.
Maybe I missed something, but is there some reason to not just have an open border and legalize all immigration beyond the obvious political issues? I think I'm generally in favor of, I like the idea in the United States, we have a rule that says that, why do I type numbers and spell them sometimes? How cringe. When we do immigration to the United States, we have per country ceiling. So no group of permanent immigrants, family and employment based combined from a single country can exceed 7% of the total number of people immigrating to the U.S. in a single fiscal year. I think that that is a decent idea to make sure that the people that are coming to the United States are a diverse group of people, and you're not just getting like, oh, 80% of our immigrants last year all came from one country. I think that's an okay idea. Maybe you can bump that number a bit to like 8 or 9%, but I think that's a decent idea to hold to. Or we could also increase the absolute number of immigrants that we take in per year as well. Our permanent immigration right now is limited to 140,000 per year.
Unlike my predecessor on my first day in office, I introduced a comprehensive bill to fix our immigration system. Take a look at it. It has all these and more. Secure the border. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, and so much more. But unlike my predecessor, I know who we are as Americans. And we're the only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new. Home to Native Americans, and ancestors have been here for thousands of years. Home to people of from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains. Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral family in Ireland. Some to flee persecution, to chase dreams that are impossible anywhere but here in America. That's America, and we all come from somewhere.
Destiny, genuine, are you okay this last couple of days? You seem more irritated than usual. Yeah, when I deal with conservatives, I get very irritated, okay? Because it used to be that, like, with the Nazis and the communists, at least they're, like, not that important. They're not that significant. But, like, these people represent a significant portion of the country right now. Maybe 50% for Trump supporters. Maybe 45% of the country. It's pretty unhinged.
But we're all Americans. Look, folks, we have a simple choice. We can fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it.
Among other changes to asylum laws being considered by Congress, reports indicate senators are discussing numerical limitations on asylum claims, imposing a cap on the number of people seeking or granted asylum would violate international refugee law, inflict disorder, create backlogs and delays, and set a terrible example to other countries. Cap on asylum would violate international refugees. Okay, the Refugee Convention and Protocols prohibits the United States from returning refugees to persecution or torture, a non-derogable principle known as non-refoulement. Congress created the U.S. asylum system to incorporate these. Ooh, I'm not even aware of this. Refugee Convention. I want the wall built so I can create a giant ladder company and make millions. I just need a catchy name for it. Okay. Oof. The core principle is non-refoulement, which asserts that refugees should not be returned to a country where they face serious threats to their life or freedom. This is considered customary international law, meaning this is something that essentially every single country in the world is expected to follow. And then in that case, I don't even know how the 5,000 a day caps would have worked under the Biden admin. Maybe 5,000 a day would be considered reasonable, but is there or maybe there's a quicker way to figure out if a refugee is facing a serious threat to their life or freedom? It's debated if it's use Kogan's or not. Wait, isn't that what that means? If something is considered customary international law, isn't all of it? All use codes are customary international law through their adoption by states. Okay, but not all customary international law is... Oh, but not all customary international laws rise to the level of preemptory norms. States can deviate from customary international law by enacting treaties and conflicting laws, but use Kogan's are non-derogable. Okay, so a use... Is it use Kogan's or use Cohen's? So customary international law is basically something that everybody agrees is kind of a thing. Like maybe it might be identifying with a certain flag on a ship, but that's probably wouldn't be like a preemptory norm where you have to follow this. So if you made a law or a treaty saying like, hey, we're not going to do this, then that sort of customary international law could be contravened by a treaty. But if it's a preemptory norm or peremptory norm, this is going to be like really fundamental shit, like mass raping children. You probably wouldn't be able to pass a treaty with another country saying like, hey, we can all like rape and kill each other's and eat each other's children. That would probably be considered a use Kogan. It's like, no, you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't just make a treaty allowing you to do that. That would be wild. Okay. So it's debatable whether or not non-refoulement. Well, actually, we can Google this. Does any country cap their refugees? A few countries take responsibility for most of the world's refugees. Over 33 million refugees are granted protection. What year was this? This article was first published in 2020, updated in 2023. In Lebanon, 1 of 4 people is refugee. No one cares about this. This is Palestinian shit. Lebanon, Android is. Okay, Aruba, Curacao, and Nauru. I don't know anything about where these refugees come from. not refugees, asylum seekers. Isn't a refugee somebody who seeks asylum? Isn't that like the same thing? Control F, refugee and asylum seekers. Refugees need a well-founded fear of persecution due to race, membership, and they apply for admission from outside of the U.S., from a transition country. If you come to the U.S. as a refugee and you seek and you apply for it in the U.S. already, that makes you an asylum seeker, right? Asylum, I believe asylees are just refugees that are in person. Well, maybe you register. Actually, never mind. Maybe you have to register for refugee status from the UN refugees. Is it the UN Human Rights Council? UN Refugee Agency. UNHCR. No. Did I say Human Rights Council? I always fuck this up. It's no, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Wait. No, there is the Human Rights Council. Okay, never mind. I was right. That is the thing. Okay, but it's the UN. Holy fucking AIDS. The UNHCR is the Commissioner for Refugees. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Back here. Access to only withholding. Removal is from relief. Violating international laws. The UNHCR has explained. Regulations. Okay, circumvention of legal pathways. Put forward by the U.S. Department of Justice and U.S. Department of Homeland Security here and after the NPR. These comments focus on these aspects of the NPR which have significant impact on asylum seekers' ability to access territory and obtain protection in the United States in accordance with international norms and standards. Direct interest in the matter as the agency entrusted by the UN General Assembly with a mandate. Whoops. Fuck, where did that go? Also, what year is this? 2023. Okay. So this is relevant right now. Okay. UNHCR is concerned that, as discussed in detail in the specific sections below, the NPRM runs afoul of several central principles of international refugee law binding on the United States, the U.S., as part of the 67 Protocol on by Incorporation, as by Articles 2 through 34 of the 1951 Convention. Nonetheless, the proposed rule threatens to violate is concerned. The proposed rule will lead to refoulement of large numbers of asylum seekers of many different nationalities. Non-refoulement, a norm of customary international law, is the cornerstone of the 51. The proposed rule. Do they argue for the use Kogans? No, they don't. Observed. So the U.S. should provide for a determination of eligibility for refugee status pursuant to the criteria in Article 1. Those in need of international protection are entitled to the rights enumerated in 1951 Connection, including but not international. Hold on, sorry. I wonder, was anybody saying they would have challenged this bill in the U.S.? Can you challenge something in the United States to the Supreme Court in reference to international law? You probably can't if it hasn't been incorporated under your own legal system, I would imagine, right? But an international person or a member of the international community, it would have to be parties to the convention, which I imagine for these is everybody, is every UN member state, I would imagine, they could probably bring something to the ICJ relating to this, I would imagine. Okay. This is basically just talking about the U.S.'s obligations. Does it talk about the limit or? The USSC will apply international law. What is the USSC? The United States Supreme Court will apply international law? Will it really? If it hasn't been incorporated in U.S. law? If we've agreed to a treaty or something, maybe. Although I don't even know how treaties filter it down into U.S. laws or what that looks like. Okay. Okay, so they mainly focus on a few moral arguments and then the international obligations. Wait, what happened here? Did they talk to the girl or?
Late into your vagina.
Canal.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
But he says my.
He says, I can't wait to come in your pussy again.
My pussy again, he said.
Oh, he called it
And
my.
there's the soundbite.
Dude, what is wrong? Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that.
That's why I was
Is he?
trying to help
Are they talking to her here or?
She sent a smiley blush face. Protection next time, she said, oh.
Yeah.
Did you bring condoms?
Yeah.
If you like me and you care a little, she's, oh, wow.
She was being vigilant.
And he said, I do, but it's not the same. Already laying on the coercion to not use protection. My
Jeez.
goodness.
Boys are so gross.
But then why are you going to bitch and whine and moan about...
Yep.
And her saying protection next time implies that she's not on birth control.
Right. They talked about it.
Oh, he is so cooked. Oh, my God.
She said when they had sex on the boat the first time, she just didn't have a condom.
Right.
And then that set the precedent, she thinks.
Got it.
So, December 28th. I know. She deserves so much better. It's crazy. Ugh.
Nasty.
Daisy came to Miami, December 28th. She offered to book herself a hotel, but Fresh was like, no, you're going to stay with me.
How does she get her bread?
How'd she get her bread? Her family comes from well.
Okay.
And she likes real estate. She likes to invest in real estate. She's talked about it. She was thinking about doing it.
Okay,
in
because
Miami.
they have this whole narrative that she's trying to get money from him, but it sounds like she's richer
Right.
than he is.
Yes, and they also, you'll see, they try to say that she's an escort. She since says
Oh,
that that's not
right.
true.
Right.
Yeah, they also say that she stole money from them. She says that's not true.
The Paquette Habana. Customary international law is an accepted part of American law and can be applied by federal courts. Okay, well, there you go. I'm curious what customary international law wouldn't be covered by our laws already. Curious. So does she not have any accountability or say about being busted into and getting pregnant? I don't know. The girl's fucking retarded. I just think a lot of people hate Fresh and Fit. Fresh is fucking retarded too. The girl's also fucking retarded. And the brinksmanship with the baby is super fucking retarded and evil. I just think it's all stupid. But I don't know. I think people are having their kicks because Fresh fucked up hard, which is fair. But
Okay. Well, she's certainly paying for her own shit, so I mean, there's really nothing to say in my opinion. So Daisy came. We have a present. Let's open it up. Thank you, Zach.
Yay! It's a Van Cleef bracelet.
Van Cleef?
Van Cleef. Van Cleef bracelets are so expensive.
I can't wait to make you Van Cleef again, girl.
Yeah, for real. This particular bracelet is $28,000 including taxes.
I've never heard of this brand.
It's I also hadn't actually before this.
That's super
But it's
high-end.
beautiful. Yeah. So Fresh presents the little box. It's a Van Cleef bracelet. It's exactly what Daisy wanted. She said she couldn't find it before because the store had to pre-order it. It was new and they didn't have it. If you want to listen to her talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if she got a subscriber
And he
during
gives
this.
you
Maybe.
a fake Van Cleef.
Would you say Myron is retarded too, since this happened to him 2 years ago, but the girl got an abortion? I don't know anything about that situation, so I can't comment. I don't know if it's similar to this or not.
Bracelet.
Yeah, so 28.
She's so funny. Just Tree's awesome.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, she's
Huge
awesome.
fan.
I love her.
I arrived in Miami. He picked me up. We went
Wait, does she show the bracelet? Does she still have it? I'm so curious.
to his
She got that
house.
Stanley Cup
He
too.
got me this gift. Then I was like, I opened it. I'm like, oh, wow, this is a Van Cleef bracelet that
You'd think if she had a $30,000 bracelet, she'd be keeping it pretty close by, right? You think? Or maybe she wouldn't show it because she doesn't want somebody to steal it? Or I don't know.
I've been talking about, and he knows I want it. And he always said, like, I can get it for you. But I never asked anything. Never. Because the bracelet I was supposed to get for my birthday, I was going to get it for myself. But it's not available in Van Cleef store. Anyone buys Van Cleef, they would know that it's pre-order. So I went to the store, I couldn't get it, and he was like, I'm going to get it for you. So obviously he bought me the bracelet I wanted, but it's fake. Apparently it's fake. I could tell it immediately, but I didn't say anything.
This is a woman of class. She knows what she's talking about.
She even says like he doesn't know, I guess, where I come from, but like I could tell.
Yeah, she could tell immediately. And I mean, it's easy to tell. It's something.
I just think it's so cringe. How everybody just falls into it. God, it's so fucking cringe. Both of these people are horrible, stupid people. Like, oh my God.
She said it was super light compared to
Got
what
it.
it should feel like.
Wow, what a corny ass fucking moron.
Yeah.
I'm curious if has she showed pictures of the fake? I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see.
no, not the fake. Because they ended up getting a real one. So
I'm gonna ask her if she has the fake.
Oh yeah. So
So wait, how did he explain that he got her a fake?
She like told
Wait,
him
is this a PowerPoint on this? Who made this? Probably Tree.
that it was fake, and he was like, no, like I got it through an outside source. Like he said that he didn't get it through Van Cleef.
Oh,
it
so
was
it's
like he
fake.
got a guy, and so she was like, okay,
Somebody said she showed it with the receipt. I think you meant, yeah.
then it's not real. And so then they go to the mall the next day, and they go to the mall the next day, and she explains it as like she felt like he
No,
was
the person talking, she makes PowerPoints. It's Olivia. Okay.
testing her. So they get there, and he turns to her, and he's like, this is where they bring the sugar babies. And she's like, okay. So then they both make the choice to split up and go their own ways during their time at the mall.
Hold on. What was the test?
I'm about to. So
Okay.
he wanted her to spend her own money. So at the end, when they came together, he looked at her and he said, "How much money did you spend?" And she gave him a number. It was like 1,500 or something. And after she told him the price, he said, "Okay, I'll cover it." And then he sent her money. Yeah.
What an idiot. He's the corniest man alive.
Like,
Holy
what if he
shit.
said 5K? What if she said 5K? He'd be like, "Oh wow, good day for you, I guess."
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So
wait, how did he explain that he got her a fake?
She like told him that it was fake, and he was like, no, like I got it through an outside source. Like he said that he didn't get it through Van Cleef.
Oh,
it
so
was
it's
like he
fake.
got a guy, and so she was like, okay, then it's not real. And so then they go to the mall the next day, and
Wow.
They go to the mall the next day, and she explains it as like she felt like he was testing her. So they get there, and he turns to her, and he's like, this is where they bring the sugar babies. And she's like, okay. So then they both make the choice to split up and go their own ways during their time at the mall.
Hold on. What was the test?
I'm about to. So
Okay.
he wanted her to spend her own money. So at the end, when they came together, he looked at her and he said, "How much money did you spend?" And she gave him a number. It was like 1,500 or something. And after she told him the price, he said, "Okay, I'll cover it." And then he sent her money. Yeah.
What an idiot.
You know what? Honestly, God, fuck. I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into this because it's like, I'm going to come down in the middle between these two, and then people automatically assume I'm simping for Fresh. I do shit like that with people. Not in this exact way, but like, if I'm out with somebody, okay, listen, I'm rich, okay? I can pay for whatever food, whatever meal, whatever. But if I'm out with somebody and we go to a restaurant, I will wait a second and see if they pull the offer to cover half. I do, because I like to see that. And if somebody does, I absolutely remember that. If they don't make any move or whatever because they expect me to, it's not like an auto mark against you. But if you start some awkward shuffling bullshit or you like run off to the bathroom, you better fucking believe that shit is like you get an F- on that part of the interaction. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I get people mad props to that. If I'm out eating with a girl or whatever, and she like is like, "Oh yeah, like let me cover half or whatever," I'm gonna pay for it, obviously. But if you offered, I think it's really nice. I appreciate that. Yeah.
He's the corniest man alive.
Like, what if he said 5K? What if she said 5K? He'd be like, "Oh wow, good day for you, I guess."
Wow.
I'll cover half.
What a fucking weird dumbass. Bro wants to be like, he wants to be a sugar daddy, but he's broke. You got to pony up if you want to be a sugar daddy. You can't be all on the cheap on all that shit. What is this? The alpha male game? Day in the life of a sugar baby.
The store at that time.
No, March 29th, okay, so he told me he wanted to go buy something for like New Year. So we went to the shopping mall. As soon as we arrived in the shopping mall, he was like, this is where the sugar daddy taking their sugar baby for shopping. So I was like, this is so awkward. Why are you telling me this? What is the story? What are you trying to say? Like, I'm not even asking you to do anything. Why are you telling me this? So
Can you imagine yourself being a sugar daddy and knowing that the bitches are only fucking you for money? How does that shit even turn these cucks on? I don't know. That feels really weird to me, but I guess it just depends a lot on how you view relationships or whatever. Like, I feel weird sometimes about like buying food or even like buying gifts for people. It feels weird because the idea that somebody, like, I don't mind doing it personally, but the idea that somebody is like relying on you for like your financial support, not like in a spousal or like a dating kind of way, but just like they expect to get gifts or money from you, that would super fuck my head up. Like, I feel like, I would feel like, fuck, am I just like a paycheck to you? That would fuck with my head a lot. I would get super, but thankfully I don't run into people like that ever. But I think it's probably because of it's probably the type of character that I give off. Cause I don't think I attract, like, these types of women are not watching any of my shit or reaching out to me. What do you mean, like a -1? Like you won't trust that person more, or no? I just keep tabs. I keep tabs on these things. Okay.
So I was thinking, okay, this man just testing me because he want to see what am I up for. So I was like, okay, we go separate way. You go yours, and I'll do my stuff. This is how it went.
What do you think? What do you think Fresh did in the mall by himself? Like what?
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, there's a Chuck E. Cheese there.
Yeah.
Maybe Lush.
Oh yeah,
Got some
he went
bath
around.
bombs?
He sniffed. He
Nice.
loves to sniff the bath bombs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Separate. So I
That's true too. Someone says they feel the same about women being independent. They say, "Damn, she doesn't even need me." Yeah, it might just be a totally different view on things. Maybe, yeah.
to, buy stuff, shopping, buy clothes, and he did his stuff. Then we met up in the end, and he was like, "How much money did you spend?" I said, "Not much. What do you worry about?" He's like, "No, tell me." I said, "Okay."
Maybe it's an ownership type thing. Like they get off on the idea that they own the chick. Yeah, but isn't the nice thing for them to come to you at the end? Remember, like, isn't this what you truly want?
Mr. Cheney, Your Honor.
Mr. Cheney, do you real... Arthur Cheney? New York Knicks, 56? I was at that Celtics game where you did the turnaround jumper at the buzzer. I spilled beer all over my wife. Yeah? Oh, yes. Mr. Cheney.
Well, I've been thinking, this dog's what, 3, 4 years old? That makes him an adult in our years. I say let Buddy decide.
Mr. Cheney, during my 40 years on the bench, I have heard...
And then they let the dog pick his owner. That's what you want. The dog has to come to you. And by dog, I mean the bitch.
I award custody of the dog to Josh Fram.
Look, see, he runs with the kid. Okay, sorry. I don't know. I don't want to get it for copyright. Anyway.
1,500. He said, "I'm gonna cover that." I was like, "Why would you? What are you saying?" He's like, "I'm gonna send it to you." I'm like, "Why would you give me money?" He's like, "I want to do that because, I mean, you're my girl, so I want to do that for you." I'm like, "Okay."
How did he give you the $1,500? How did he give you the $1,500? How did he do that?
He PayPal.
Okay, he PayPal that to you? Okay. All right.
That's a good question. I was wondering what.
But just
I like
to
that
clarify,
question.
at the first place,
That's something
he
I'd
kept-
ask. Just like everyone's like, what does that matter? But I'm like, I need to know.
No, you do need to know. And that I'm so excited that she's calling in because all your favorite gossipy questions that we need to know.
I got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the questions that nobody else would.
Absolutely.
They do this for couples who split up or get divorced and both want the dog. Is that true? No shot do they do that.
Thank you. All right.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Oh, congrats. Wonderful.
Tree.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Let's go! Forward!
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Anyway.
Okay, so it's one day later from the test.
I'm gonna use a restaurant of a sippy. Sorry. 1 sec. We'll do the decoding the gurus thing after this as well.
At the mall. He tells her he loves her. She does not say it back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He says, "I love you. I want you to be mine. You better not be with anyone else."
Yeah.
Should I watch this?
You can watch this.
Yeah, let's get the 411.
Yes. On the 30th, I still remember that day. On 30th of December, he told me, that was at night at his place. He told me, "I love you. I want you to be mine. You better don't be with anyone else." And we had a serious conversation. Yo, I didn't expect that.
Did you tell him you loved her?
No.
Wait. Sorry, this comment is so funny. Can't wait to coconut in my pussy. Hector, member for 6 months. Thank you, my man.
Yay, I got a
Legend.
subscriber.
That's awesome. So she did not respond. She did not return though.
That was too soon for me. It's like I'm getting to know you. Don't
Did
tell
you
me this.
did you fall for that when he said I love you? I mean, because
No.
by the way, by then he had spent $20,000, so of course he's gonna tell you he
No.
love you, huh?
I'm not, because I'm not this. I never said I'm naive. And a guy tells me he loves me, literally meeting for a few days later. I would never believe in that.
Here, pause it really quick.
She's slick. I like her.
I love her. He told her he loved her December 30th. He came onto our show January 5th.
What a jackass.
I know.
What a loser that dude is.
And it actually, things ramp up even before.
I don't know who that is. Who? The girl you said you loved 5 days ago? Uh-oh. So, okay, it's Christmas. Or no, that's not Christmas. That's New Year's Eve. Not a Christian, folks. So, December 31st, 2023, they went to Van Queef the next day and bought the bracelet. They did?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Yeah. They went
Wow.
halvesies, though.
Dude, that's, I mean, even still, that's $14,000 he put up for that. That's a lot of money. Man, I'm not gonna dunk on him for just paying half. That he ponied up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That same night. First public appearance, they went on the New York Eve stream together. They were together the whole stream. Okay. Oh, come on.
Look at the top right there.
Dude, come on.
Aw,
You also,
he
bro,
loves
you
her.
fucked up. She's awesome. She's beautiful. It sounds like she's rich. Like, why did you know what I mean? Have that baby, dude. Shit, if she's as rich as she says, you could have been the one getting child support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, my bad. They came on the show March 13th. That was the wrong date.
Still close enough.
Still close enough.
Yeah. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
All right, chill. So here we go.
Okay, so December 31st, their Reddit found her Instagram, and they already started.
To me personally, Ethan and his crew let off their racism on Fresh and Fit because no one likes them and won't care, but they have just as much hate as racists do. I feel like a lot of people are a little bit unhinged when it comes to Fresh and Fit because they don't like them. I've never gotten the impression that they're racist, though.
Started calling her a hoe, like all over their YouTube, their Reddit, just like their audience already was like such a dick toward her.
And these are your people, guys.
These are your people. You taught them this.
That's what I was trying to tell them is like, y'all built a tiny little box for yourself where you're not allowed to love a woman ever.
Mm-hmm.
You're never allowed to be happy with a woman.
Female vaginas are disgusting.
Otherwise, you're an hypocrite.
Yeah.
Here is Daisy's short perspective on the hoe situation. Let's take a look. Oh, let me try again.
Okay, so on New Year.
Wait, hold on. Let me listen to this real quick.
What would you do about the border? If you was president, what would you do about the border?
Okay, what are the chances that these guys would kill me? I'm going on their podcast next month, in the middle of the month. I feel like there's like a 4% chance.
If you was president, what would you do about the border?
I would close it. There's a number of things I would do. One, first of all, you need physical barriers. I would reconstruct the fence. I would put up immediately these surveillance cameras and the censoring equipment, and then you need to send about probably 200 or 300 asylum court judges to the border to adjudicate the cases. I would reinstate the catch and return program. I would reinstate the Migrant Protection Act, which requires people who come from another country into Mexico, then come to the border demanding asylum, and their cases be adjudicated in Mexico. So they would go to the U.S. Embassy rather than the border.
I don't think it's a terrible answer. Have you seen their old videos before they became political? Yeah, we used to watch some of the Hodge Twins shit. There are a couple of fitness memers that we'd watch.
Eve, he took me to the yacht party where they did a New Year yacht party stream. So the whole Fresh and Fit team was
I got a
over there.
subscriber.
Come on.
So
Can you just give it just wait till afterwards.
I'm obsessed with it.
somehow I got into the camera. They caught me holding Fresh, kissing him, talking to him. So they start digging in me. They found my Instagram. As you know, guys, they always said on the show that if a girl wear a bikini, expose herself.
They used to be family bloggers. Yeah. Remember the intro to all their videos, right? You want to build some muscle, right?
On Instagram, she's a whore. So his friends they just dig in me and find my Instagram photos, and they already was like so sure, like, oh, she's a whore. That's just not true. It's because you guys are influenced by these people, but that doesn't mean that's the fact. Okay, then they start talking about me, and then 2 days later, Fresh was like, you should come to the show. You can clarify yourself. So I was like, okay.
So she was on their show.
So she did go on the show, and she like defended herself, and it was pretty honestly like uneventful. He was respectful toward her throughout it. She spoke well for herself.
People cross like 4 to 5 countries to reach the U.S. border should definitely seek asylum in one of those countries first. I feel like if you're seeking asylum, if you're a refugee, it feels weird. I don't know what the I don't know what the rationale is that if you're a refugee, you can choose the best country in the world to go to. That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe there is an argument for it that I'm not aware of, but I feel like you should probably have to seek asylum in whatever country you're in first. You can't skip countries to go to the best one to seek asylum. That would be my guess. But maybe there's a, I don't know, maybe there's a really good legal argument for why you should be allowed to do that. After Fit calling Preach an ape and doing the gestures, Destiny doesn't see the racism. What? I'm sorry, did I totally stroke out reading that message earlier? It was about, wasn't that message that I read earlier about H3H3 being racist? I don't think they are at all. Wait, did I misread that message? I'm sorry. Or is he misreading it? Yes, retard. Wait, am I getting trolled or? No, it was Fresh and Fit. You even said so. Oh, sorry. I'm fucking watching too many chats. Oh, the Fresh and Fit people are racist? Yeah, but I don't even think they would deny that. Pretty sure they would say. Oh, wait. I read the right message, but I said the wrong words. That might have been what happened. Sorry. I don't think H3H3 are racist. Fresh and Fit will probably just say, like, yeah, black people are fucking, they're new blacks. Like, low tier god.
It was fine.
Okay. So after Daisy posted the Van Cleef unpacking, Fresh starts receiving pushback on the
So
show.
this photo right here, that's the real Van Cleef. She posted a video of herself unpacking it, and it says, like, my boyfriend got this for me.
Ooh.
And Fresh and Fit didn't, their audience did not.
Oh, wait. Real quick, super niche Obsidian question. Okay. Is there a way to make it so that if I click on a name to create an article that hasn't been made before, when I click it, is there a way to make it so that the article that gets created is created in the folder that the canvas exists in rather than going to the top of the tree? Is that possible?
Herself unpacking it, and it says, like, my boyfriend got this for me.
Ooh.
And Fresh and Fit didn't, their audience did not like that.
You know, usually that'd be nice. Like, oh, shout out to my boyfriend. He's so sweet and he cares about me and did this awful thing for me.
And shout out to my favorite YouTube creator who did something so great for his girlfriend.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, but actually it's so fucked up. You shouldn't have done that.
Also, he paid for half and she's giving him all the credit.
Yep.
She's been like, I went halves with my boyfriend.
That's the thing. She rocks.
She
I'm
seems
so
good.
happy that he doesn't have, you know, he deserves so much worse than
Well, the
her.
unfortunate thing is if she has his baby, that kid is going to be dumb as fuck.
I hope it counters. I think it'll
She's
counter.
super smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a good chance that kid is just super dumb.
Just genetically.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know it.
Yeah. Coconut for brains.
Coconut. Yay! So after this, Fresh bravely said that he did not get her. He did not buy her anything like that.
Ooh.
And so Abba and Preach actually, they laid out a good timeline of the bracelet.
So I'm about to watch an Abba and Preach video unironically.
Unlikely heroes in this story. I will give them their flowers for this. I really respect how they
Unlikely heroes. Damn, they really don't like Fresh and Fit, huh? They think they're secretly red pill or something, I guess? Is that what they're still on, or?
By the way, there was a new dancing video of Reach. That dude was crushing in the new one. Did you see it?
I don't
think I did.
Wait, you got to pull that.
I'm not surprised though. He killed it in the last one.
No, this next one's even more next level.
Okay.
Because he seems kind of stocky, but he's light on his feet.
He can move.
Wait, you said Fresh instead of Abba?
He absolutely-
Sorry, fuck! Okay, I'm reading too many things right now. I am stroking out. They really don't like Abba and Preach.
Really is light, man.
Their first video that they did, there are two that they did on this whole situation. They talked about Daisy in the first one, and they just said that she was a sex worker because that's what they thought. Or, well, okay, so this video came out after she announced that she was pregnant, obviously. So, just watch it.
Okay, all right.
He accused Fresh of buying you a bracelet for 30 grand. On a podcast, he said he never paid a dime. Nobody has a receipt. Is this true?
The Chinese escort, because I'm about to get Fresh on this one too. So Fresh, you gave an extremely expensive Von Cleef bracelet, which are worth up to 30K, to a Chinese escort you just met. Now Fresh, you claim that you didn't give her the gift. That's what you claim.
Show me the proof.
But the escort said that you did.
Look at the page in detail. What does she have under? Multiple gifts? From herself, by the way, or from her ex. Whatever she does for her money, bro, it's up to her. So to put that on me, just because you want to say, oh, Fresh is a simp. Wrong.
No, you're just trying to say.
Why do you have to be a simp? Why don't you just be in a relationship with someone you like?
Yeah, right.
If you're being a thoughtful, nice boyfriend is a simp in their world.
Also, if someone called my boyfriend a simp, I would be like,
That's my man.
Good.
Hell yeah,
absolutely.
you're supposed to simp for your girl.
Yeah. So what I was saying before is their first video that they did, they were only going off of the knowledge that they were saying that she was a sex worker. And then their second video that they did, they actually had Daisy on. And that video, I think, was really, they were very delicate with it, and they worked hard on it.
Oh,
Abba and
right.
Preach.
Okay,
Abba and
okay. Oh, so Abba and Preach in this video said that she's a sex worker?
In their first video.
Because they didn't know?
Yeah. Because they were just going with the info that they were given.
Okay. Well, it's good they corrected that.
Yeah.
No, it's not true. He paid half.
I think they mostly hate Abba and Preach because of their association with you. No, I think it's because for a while, I think because of the men's issue stuff that was coming online, and Abba and Preach kind of pushed back against the very, very woke stuff. I think that they associated Ab and Preach with red pillars. I think we've listened to them say that before. Like, oh yeah, Ab and Preach, these are like big red pill content creators. I think they thought that at one point in time. Maybe they still do. Oh yeah, the transport stuff was a big thing as well, yeah.
And I pay.
Although, it's interesting that they have this level of sympathy and understanding for her.
It is interesting.
You know.
Whenever we talk about
It'd be a shame if
the
that didn't
witch-
extend to other people, though.
I will say
Other women.
I admire it in this timeline.
This is a nice timeline?
Yes.
Nice. We love this timeline.
We
You
do.
made me defend this one.
Sorry, buddy. I'm about to show you dance, though, if we can find it.
Like I said, how much? Around 30K. Well, first, I still have the conversation. I told him, what's the issue if you tell everyone you bought me the bracelet? Like, why can't you tell everyone? Why can't you speak the truth? Like, why are you like pretending it, like hiding it? But then he was like, don't say it. He just told me to shut up.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal to them.
Yes.
It's a big deal to the fans, and it's a big deal.
All right. Thanks, Squeak and Squeaky.
Squeak and Squeaky.
You can always know that the Ab and Preach guys are around. You can hear them from a mile away, right, Zach? Here they come. Yeah, AB Preach. There's a new video of him dancing. That's crazy.
Okay. I need that on my soundboard.
So, night before leaving Miami, this is a story that Daisy has about something interesting that happened.
And how much properties he has and all that kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, one important thing is that night the conversation went very deep. He asked me, because I always told him I want to invest in real estate. So he said, first he introduced himself. Then he was like, I can help you. And he asked a very weird kind of question. He said, how much money do you have?
Right up front.
Not weird.
I was like, why do you ask me that? Okay, that's a very weird question.
Yeah, that's
So
very weird.
He just said he want to help me to invest in real estate. And also he asked me what I want to do when I come back to Miami. I said I was going to, come back and just to see, maybe start some business, stuff like that. So basically we had a serious conversation about our plan. This is not something that you want to talk about with someone that you don't even want to be serious with.
Gosh, man, I don't know. I mean, I know you took him seriously, but first of all,
Congratulations.
I'm so happy
That's
for you, Bree.
fantastic.
Thank you,
Very good.
Bree, for that.
Anyway, here, I promise I'm going to show him. Let's see here. Let's take a look. This is it.
The whole cartwheel, nigga. That shit crazy.
That was a round off, bro. That was amazing.
And then, dude, okay, but with respectful, you stole that move from JoJo.
For real.
Like, bro, give some credit where it's due, my brother. Now that's really
Wow.
big.
Yo.
Wait,
That is crazy good.
he's a fantastic performer.
Yeah, I know. It's really good.
Wow.
Guys, don't you see what I mean? It doesn't look like he should be that nimble.
No, he is like very, very agile.
Yeah, I was like, okay, bro, I'm not even gonna.
Nah, you did a whole cartwheel, nigga.
Look at
That
this shit.
crazy.
Look at this. One more
How
time.
he is too, his face.
Bro, what? Get out of here with that. All right, JoJo. Very good. Can't hate. Crack some eggshells right on that dance floor.
For reals. So, January 8th. Daisy left. They spent all of his time together. They discussed her future in Miami and what she would possibly do there, like she said, possibly real estate. And here's a video of them on the last day when he took her to the airport and he's saying, I love you, babe.
Okay. Oh, it's on video.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cooked.
This was a vlog deleted.
Whose vlog?
His.
He posted this? What the fuck?
It's off now.
This was a great trip. Happy to see one lovely Asian queen again. But,
Keep it kosher there,
as
brother.
time passes, we must say farewells for a short period of time until she comes back. So, can't wait to see her back here in Miami. I brought her. No, I don't. Love you, babe.
Wow. What the hell, man?
That seems like a really sweet boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to tell them. Just be that sweetie pie that you want to be for her.
We can see, yeah, not for, she deserves way better already. He's ruined it with her.
Yeah, I do wonder what she liked about him.
We could ask.
I do want to ask her that. Like, what did you see in him?
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Okay, so January to March recap. Daisy flies home to China for New York. They call and text every single day. They're in constant communication.
Hold on, wait, real quick. Are you allowed to name yourself the first if you don't have like a child with the same name as yours? Is that a thing? Like this guy's Ahmed Fouad the first, because there's an Ahmed Fouad the second. Why is this Farouk the first if there's no Farouk the second? It's retroactive? There's no two though. His son is named Fouad. His only son. How to make notes in the same folder. Vault folder, same folder as current file. Oh, I see. Thank you. Okay.
She packs a lot of her stuff from China to ship over because she's moving to the U.S. permanently.
Mm-hmm.
She buys her ticket, or Fresh buys her ticket to go to the Barbados to visit his entire family.
That was fast.
But like she's moving her shit and shipping it to Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're moving in. Like this is happening.
Yeah. She offers, you'll see, she offers to get an apartment. He's like, no, I want us to get a house for one day our family.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's laying it on like thick.
Love
Is
bomb.
this a video?
No.
Okay.
Wait, does he ever say that in a text? Did they show that somewhere? That he wanted to get a house for their family?
I just needed media. You know?
I got you.
Yeah. So March 9th to March 12th, they went on a whole tour around Barbados. Fresh introduced Daisy to all of his friends, his aunts, his grandma. She met his mom before she even went to the Barbados this time. And the way she explains it, she's like, it felt like he was like showing her off. Like he was proud of her and like proud of him, like proud of them. And she felt very prideful. And then they both fly back to Miami. And you know what? You remember how we were waiting to hear back about like timing or whatever because Fresh was in Barbados before our debate.
Yeah.
He was with Daisy in the Barbados coming back.
So what? What an asshole. She probably saw our show and was like, dude, what the? Like, this guy's such a
We can
douche.
ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they went, they had this lovely.
When the fuck did she come
trip.
on?
Here's some text. I'm getting my Barbados passport so I can go to China. Just spoke to my mom when we go in March. Oh, wow, perfect. No visa needed for Barbados? No. He's coming to China. I'm getting my Barbados passport. I'm confused. Who's talking?
Fresh is on the left.
So why does he need a Barbados passport to go to China?
I'm gonna be honest, that I don't know.
You know, like
probably because of what he says. Like, no visa needed for Barbados.
So, but why does he? But doesn't he? Is he not American?
Well, he probably has dual citizenship or something.
So then why does he?
I don't know. Maybe he is an American citizen. He might just be here on a green card or something.
It might be easier to enter with a Barbados.
That's what I was thinking. Is that
passport?
Exactly.
Really? Why?
Maybe you need to apply for a visitor's visa if you have an American passport in China.
Ask ChatGPT.
I'm asking. I'm gonna ask. I'll find an answer for you.
Yeah,
How
let's
about
find out. That's a very specialized question. All right. In the meantime.
All right, so we know this story. We've been here. March 13th, the H3 debate. Fresh says it's not serious. He even pretends not to even know who she is.
Yep.
Is it serious at this point? Let's see. Was shipping all of her stuff to Miami from China, wanting to open a business possibly, real estate.
Introducing her to his entire family.
Yep.
Wait, fuck. Did I miss something else? Were they shipping all of her stuff from Miami to China? Was that in this? Was I away for when they talked about this? They just talked about it. Shipping all of her stuff, or when is this incorporated in the thing of like we're gonna buy a house here, or
telling her that he loves her,
planning to go to China where she's
or
from?
shipping all her stuff from China to Miami?
Also saying, I can't wait to come in your pussy.
Yeah, my pussy, literally.
His pussy.
Yeah,
We got another soundbite from you. So
Stop
thank
it,
you for
Dad.
that.
Great, can't wait.
Stop right now. Okay.
So, March 12th to the 25th, they had a lot of unprotected sex in Miami. Daisy tries to help Fresh with gym and diet. Daisy spends more time with the podcast team. She meets Angie, who's on the podcast team. And of course, she obviously spends more time with his mother, with his boyfriend's mother,
Right.
with her potential in-law.
Yeah, her mother-in-law,
Yeah,
basically.
and they got along really well.
Grandma.
Okay.
No,
Potential,
she
yeah.
didn't. She came back. She came to Miami around March 20.
Okay. All right. And then what happened then?
So he was, you know.
Yay, I got a
Come on, lady. Stop. Stop. Let me just watch. Lady, you can't do this every time.
Don't have to worry about us. I took his mom for dinner, and and the next day took her shopping. We had a girls' day, and also the first time I bought his mom the Hermes sandals, it didn't fit. So I took her again. She went to pick another Hermes sandal.
All right, so her and her mom are they're besties.
Yeah, so close, besties.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt for a sec? Didn't you call him out, Ethan? Something about them saying men should be like fathers and give back to society or something like that?
Fitz said something that he thinks father, what about nuclear families being the backbone of society?
Yeah. I'm just saying maybe if this was right after the debate, maybe you caused this, like making fun of them.
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe just because he was speaking so illy of her, she was so offensive to this girl. He's saying he loves that. If I was her watching that, I would definitely give me pause.
Right.
Pause like a puppy.
You know,
he would grow them.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, this is just, I'm doing quick timeline until she finds out she's pregnant. Okay, so March 12th to 25th, she's looking for an apartment to rent. She applied for one, even.
Wow.
But then here's the moment where everything changes.
So she was getting her own spot.
Yeah, she was gonna literally get her own apartment.
That's a boss girl.
always,
That's not gold
independent.
digging. Yeah.
Have my own space, living by myself. So I don't know.
Oh my God!
how,
Thank you for the gifted subs.
Are you wait? Hold on. That wasn't you, Zach, was it? No. What the? Wait, was it or wasn't it?
It was not. It was me.
Wait, oh, was you?
No, it wasn't.
So she did it again?
Yeah.
With a
Oh,
different
it's
sound?
her alert
No,
sound.
but it's a
Thank you
different
for the
one.
gifted subs.
For gifted.
But that's a gifted sub. Yeah, of course you got to thank everybody.
No, it's-
She's at and she has, yay, I got a subscriber.
she's got a whole bunch of different ones.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a subscriber.
She got one for normal sub, one for gifted,
Yeah,
one for everything.
exactly.
Oh my God! Thank you for the gifted subs.
Oh, this is
Timing is
crazy.
so funny.
And I have this kind of intimate relationship with someone so quickly. So I was like, since we just started dating, and I should give you some space, you to do your own stuff. And I wanted to have my own space. So he agreed with me. Then after we went to see the places, and
I can't tell anymore.
actually locked in
What's
one
real and
place.
what's not.
That's not you, Zach?
That one was me. Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell.
10 days later, he told me, I'm actually seeing a future, like planning a long term. I don't think getting another apartment for you is better. You should just stay with me. I actually don't mind you staying with me. He said, I actually enjoy staying with you.
He said that.
Yeah, he said, and what if you?
Hold on. Well, I'm curious. This would be nice for text. Did he say that because he didn't mind her staying with him, or did he say that because did she want him to pay for the other apartment? I thought that's what was said a while ago. Because if so, that could be seen as like, wow, he really loves her so much and he's ready to like move in with her. Or it could just be like, he doesn't want to fucking pay for a whole other apartment for her. No? I don't remember though. These texts were a while ago.
You get pregnant, he said, and don't you think a bigger house for you and the baby's better?
What? For real?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like bigger house for the baby. Jesus. I feel like I don't know about that one. Unless there are text messages to show it.
So I kind of feel that's kind of off,
That's putting it mildly. Okay.
That's huge.
Dude, what the fuck? All right.
That's huge.
Yeah. So did she show receipts for all this stuff?
For all.
Because this would just end him, like end his whole life.
Well, you'll see. She has like texts and she sent me voice memos of phone calls.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Nice.
Getting spicy.
She is on the war path. Yay.
So March 22nd to March 25th, after that whole speech, telling her that he like maybe wants to get a house with her for a family, he just stops coming home 3 nights in a row.
To his own house.
His own place that they're at together. Stops coming home, spending every night at the club until 8.
I gotta say, unrelated. I think we might already have somebody of the year. Yeah, I mean that one is crazy. That one goes crazy.
Without a fucking doubt.
That's a competitor. Holy smokes! Right off the gate.
So here she speaks about how she was beginning to feel very played by him.
Whoa.
As usual, so I already know what's happening. I was planning to leave. I was just waiting for my deliveries. I got all my stuff delivered, shipped from China. So it's on his address. I was waiting for that bunch of stuff. I already planned to go the second time he doesn't go home. So and he went on the third time he doesn't come home, and I didn't call him at all. He came back 10 a.m. I was downstairs having breakfast, and I asked him, "Okay, you can come down if you want." And
Oh my God! Thank you for the gifted
Daisy, I
subs.
really need space.
That's what he said after you cooked breakfast for him.
No, downstairs.
Wait, I didn't hear because of the fucking. Let me go back.
That's what he said.
He was like, I asked him, "Okay, you can come down if you want." And then the first thing he was like, "Daisy, I really need space."
That's what he said after you cooked breakfast for him.
No, downstairs. I was eating breakfast.
Oh, you were eating breakfast, and he just came downstairs and said, "I need space."
So he's missing for 3 days.
And then he
comes
needs
home and
space.
says, "I need space."
Right.
What the fuck?
I think we're 5 years old.
Yeah.
He said, "I really need space." So I'm like, "Okay, what I'm gonna need you to do is take me to buy a new luggage because my luggage is broken. And then I'm gonna book a flight. You're gonna take me to the airport, and that's it."
So you didn't like you didn't
nothing.
argue with that at all.
No,
Okay.
I didn't argue. I was just like, "Okay, this is what's happening," and
Good
I
for
was
her.
just- Yep.
That's the way, dude. That's the way to play it. She nailed that.
I agree.
Get
And
the fuck
remember,
out.
she applied for an apartment in Miami. So she was like, oh, I have a potential apartment. She contacts that broker and she's like, hi, what's going on? And he informs her that Fresh signed the lease for himself. So now that's his apartment.
He got an extra apartment?
Yeah. He just went around and that's his now.
What? Why would he even want that?
Yeah. Here, if you go back, you can hear her tell that story too.
How far back?
No, just go to the PowerPoint, the next slide.
Okay. What?
Okay, wait. So now the apartment thing comes up?
Let's see. Yay! Here it is. Yay. We need Weasley, little liar, dude.
June, because the apartment he has now, it costs too much money. He can't afford it. So he's going to get the apartment that you were looking at.
right. After a few days, I texted his broker because I really wanted to stay. I asked his broker if I can take that apartment instead. So his broker told me, I think Fresh is gonna take it for June. That's how I know he tricked me. He really tricked me so bad.
Oh my God.
What? He tricked you because you guys were looking at the same apartment and you were going to get that apartment, but then he got that apartment? Are there no other apartments in Miami? Or what is the tricking here? This was like the most premium apartment in the history of all of apartments? Or...
Because he wanted to take that place for himself instead.
No way, because he needs a new apartment?
Yeah.
What? That's so
How much?
fucking next level.
If you don't mind me asking, if you don't,
Wait. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's literally a freak.
Well, how nice was the apartment?
I think she's about to ask that.
He's
tell
like
me you don't have to,
the
but
Twitter
how much is the
swindler or
place? How
whatever
much is the
hell
place
the
that
guy
you?
was.
Say what?
He's literally a freak. Who? I don't. What? This sounds so dumb. What the fuck? Okay.
What was that guy's name? The Twitter swindler or the
Tinder
Tinder swindler.
Yeah, Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
True.
Was going to get that he's now going to get in June?
4.5.
Okay.
So that's
4,500 a month. Is that what you said?
4.5.
That's probably. I mean, that's nice in Miami. I don't know how much Miami costs.
Sounds like a juicer.
Yeah, I
Sounds
mean,
like a
Miami's
juicer.
I imagine it's not as
expensive, but not
expensive.
LA expensive.
Because 4,500 is like nice for LA, right? For a
Yeah.
single apartment.
Yeah.
So in Miami, it's probably nicer. I don't know what the property there's like.
Depends on what you're at. 4,500 a month is that's a nice studio apartment, probably anywhere in the world. Probably even in Manhattan. 4,500 a month? It's going to be a pretty nice apartment. What the fuck? That might be my rent here on Miami Beach on the 20th floor with a fucking corner unit that sees literally everything. 4,500 a month? That's a lot of money and I got a 2-bedroom for a 1-bedroom apartment?
What a fucking
You can ask her
weirdo.
what it looked like. You say, was there a kitchen
True.
island? Yeah. Amenities.
That's beyond, dude.
So after obviously she got that insane news that he's a freak.
In the city, not in Brooklyn, okay? In the city, it's $3,500 for a studio, average, okay? So, yes, for all the people in chat who are like, oh no, in Manhattan, no shot, no way. Even in Manhattan, that's probably a decent, maybe not a super, that's probably a pretty decent apartment though. You're $1,000 over the rental average for a studio there. Fuck off.
She's like, okay, that's it, enough. And she goes back to New York and she doesn't talk to him anymore.
Oh no.
And then she takes a test.
This is literally Knocked Up, the plot of Knocked Up.
Yeah. And then she takes a test and she's pregnant.
It's time to step up, Walter.
So let's think about their.
Oh, there's 2 coconuts. Means positive.
Yeah, for reals. Elena made that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yalla.
That's a weird coincidence that they happen to.
It's a special
Get it right.
Barbados.
Look at this beautiful. $4,600 a month. Look at how beautiful this apartment is, okay? Type of living that Europeans wish they get. We got a classic vintage heater in the corner here. You've got some hold on. Wait. This isn't even good. I'm trying to find synonyms for vintage. Oh my God, 3 windows in the same apartment building? You've got the ABBA and Preach specialty flooring over here. Oh, you've got a fridge, oven, stove, looks like gas. Nice tile bathroom. My God. You've got a secondary exit out of the building if you want to take a nice stroll down some external stairs. And look at that location. God damn. Oh, also, this is a 2-bedroom. Fuck you.
Test,
That's
yeah.
what they look
Oh,
like
that's
in
what they look like in
Barbados.
Barbados. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
2
By the way, at least a quick Google search is saying that rental prices in Miami are actually about 6% higher than LA.
No way.
Now, the thing is, LA varies a shit ton from neighborhood to neighborhood, so I don't know,
look
that's
up a
probably
listing.
all of LA.
Well, look up a
If,
listing.
if
for
it's like
45.
Miami on the beach, then yeah, I could see that. If it's like right on the water.
Right, and same for LA, like a place on the beach
I
in LA.
imagine it's in one of these high rises. There's like a ton of high rises overlooking the ocean in Miami.
Fuck, I don't even know. Does LA actually go to the beach? Los Angeles city limits. I never remember what actually counts as fucking Los Angeles over here. Okay, this is city limits, right? This isn't like LA County, no, right? So Santa Monica is a completely different city, but like Brentwood and West Hollywood are just neighborhoods. If you live in, wait, West Hollywood might be its own city as well. Why can't I just scroll up? You know what I'm trying to do. Why would you, if you see that I'm scrolling up to scroll up, why would you put this on the thing? Okay, so Hollywood is not a city, but West Hollywood is a city. Did Destiny not get out much where he lived? When he lived there? Have you ever been to LA before? This place is a clusterfuck, bro. I lived here for 3 years. I don't think I could find my way around anything without Google Maps. There's like 50 million fucking freeways and everything. Fuck this place. And fuck navigating this place. I lived for a year in Glendale. I lived for a year in... Fuck, where is it? Culver City. I don't even know where the fuck it is on this. And then I lived down here in Huntington Beach for a year. Isn't Culver City like in the middle-ish? Somewhere out there? Oh, over here. Why are there enclaves in the city? For the immigrants. Answer, don't know. Where? What don't know? Oh, shit. I have a thing. Why do you move so much? I don't know. I moved to like one new apartment every year for like the past like 7 years. Actually, no, I've stayed here for more than a year. If anybody, I had really nice CSS for my last like donation messages. They kind of look like the Fresh and Fit ones. If anybody has the CSS for that, so that I could do the dono thing so that the message just pops up on screen, I would love you a long time. No, that's not right. Oh God, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Go back. It's not wrong. We've got the 110, the 605, the E91, the 65, etc. I don't even know if I drove on those. The 405 was pretty common. The 5 was common. Santa Monica Boulevard or Freeway or Expressway? And then the Ventura? I don't know. I feel like there are so many fucking... You'd go from freeway to freeway to freeway to freeway. This place is a clusterfuck. Fuck that. Can you quickly explain the misquote about Camp David? If I was Palestinian, I wouldn't accept it either. Please, thank you. Sometimes people put that quote in to say, if I was Palestinian, I would have accepted Camp David, to say that the deals that they were being offered were incredibly shitty. What Shlomo Ben Ami said was that if they held out more, they might have gotten something better, which was true. So if you hold out more, you get something better. But the problem is they applied the same logic at Camp David at the Tabas Summit, so they got nothing. How the fuck did you say Ventura? Is it Ventura? Is it Ventura, not Ventura? What about that One America song? Isn't it Ventura Highway? Or is it Ventura Highway? Wait, what is it?
Doing on a piece of grass, walking down the... Some people say this town don't look good.
I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about this band. Is America a band of 3 natives? Wait. Is this just 3 random people that they have for the album cover? No, it's just the cover? Okay. Is it them dressed up as, or is it just... They're from London too? Gross. And they're called America? Wait, no shot. Seriously? Oh, they are. British musicians. That's so wrong and gross. Fuck me.
Ventura Highway.
They say Ventura. But maybe it's just because they're British now.
Ventura Highway.
I don't want to learn anything else today, okay? My whole world is crumbling down around me. Destiny, I just got in a fight with my wife about this yesterday. Pronounced truck. Do you hear a difference between truck and truck? Oh, shit. Are you right? Truck. 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 Oh, shit. Ventura. Oh, fuck me. Okay, we're done. We're done with English for today. What the fuck? Is CH and T, is that the same thing? Steven or Steven? No, that's way different. Stove or stove? Stove. Then truck or truck? Why is that one different? Entry or entry? Entry. Oh, it's the T and R. Trick or treat? Trick or treat? It's the TR is what does it. Tra. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
It's probably small.
This is a cost. It's a cost of living comparison thing. The cost of living in LA is higher for almost everything else, but rental prices specifically are, according to this, a little marginally lower than in Miami. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor Miami, man. Shit.
There you go.
Okay, so she's preg.
Right.
Now, here, let me open the album. Daisy shares her stories on April 3rd. This is very recent. This is just
This is right
this
when we went
month.
on break.
Yep.
The day we went on break.
Okay. So I read this part. I guess let me read it. So this is her breaking her silence.
Yes.
This story about me and Walter, podcast known as Fresh. Met him on November 21st in Miami, and I fell in love with him. We spent years together. That's the time when he asked me to be his girlfriend to commit to me. They posted videos on social media. He said to me, I love you. I don't want you to be with another man. A few days later, he asked me to meet his mom. Everything went well. I showed him and his mom my respect. He defended me on his podcast from the rumors. That's the moment I truly fell in love with him. But this is where the game begins. I left Miami on January 8th, traveled back to China for Chinese New Year. The night before, we had a serious conversation. He said he sees me like someone to spend the whole life with, and I told him I was going to move to Miami for him. From then,
When you say read donos, I have no place to read donos from. I don't know why you type that. Just say I donated and then put the message. When you say read donos, there's no way to read any of them. I don't know what you mean when you say read dono. There's no place to read from. So if you donated something I missed it, then you just have to retype the message.
started a long-distance relationship for 2 months until I traveled to Barbados, met his entire family there. I love her emoji game. So
I know,
interesting.
for real.
Therefore, I'm not on birth control, and we had sexual behavior without protection. Everything's real, and he's serious with me, she thought. I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. He asked me many times, what if you get pregnant? My answer toward him was always, yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind to have a baby with you.
And he was in the process of, or at least she thought so, finding a house for them and their potential family one day. So
they asked about SSRIs and scared of being a zombie. Okay, well, if you try SSRIs and they make you feel like a zombie, then don't do them anymore. What else could you possibly say to that?
it was like, it felt like a real physical idea that could.
Destiny, sub, donated $5. During your ADHD research, ARC, did you by any chance cover SSRIs? I'm getting prescribed and scared of horror stories like it can cause you and yourself and makes you a zombie. If you take them and you're feeling more suicidal, then talk to your physician about it and say, hey, I don't think these are helping me. If you take them and you feel like a zombie, then talk to your physician about it and say, hey, I don't think these are doing it for me. Then you either try something else, a different pill, or you don't try medication and you try something different, or you try a different type of medication.
Happen. It wasn't just like,
well, if she said,
one
oh,
day.
and if I get pregnant, I'm going to keep the baby.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if you want to keep having sex with me, I'm protected.
No excuses for him.
So he actually sent her, it looks like, a picture that I can't see, but of a black Asian kid, I'm assuming. Oh my God, my kids are going to look like them. They're so cute. She says, I knew you were typing this Malaysian. So, but they're having conversations about, you know, having kids together.
They're talking about what their kids are going to look like.
So she traveled to Miami to be together. At first, everything was fine. I stayed in his apartment. We had mutual understanding. He is not a monogamous person. Whoa. That me and him both needs our own space, so I suggested him to help me rent an apartment. He said, I want you to have the things you want as you understand me. 10 days later, a morning after we had lunch with his sister, he broke his promise that how he told me he loves me and wants to see me in a long term. He wants to future plans with me. Instead of renting an apartment, better buy a new house, which I think he is completely lying and making excuses about. He used me, he hurt me, he was a cheater, a huge gamer. I only found out this later and started to take his haters' words.
Like all the comments.
When people told me negative things about him in the beginning, I always stood by his side and supported him and believed in him. I choose to believe in my partner instead of audience. The truth is he pretended to be a high-value man, to date girls, then ditch them. The reason why I'm exposing this is because as a woman, I want to stand out for other women, and I don't want any other girls ending up like me. I can't read this part. If I don't expose this, he'll continue doing that to other naive girls. There'll be more women get hurt. After a few days, he asked me to move out. He stopped coming home. He disappeared for 3 nights without explanation. I called him. He never answered. When I did nothing wrong, when I was so genuine, I left my work behind in China to pursue this relationship. So I moved out, booked the first flight to New York. On March 30th, I had a pregnancy test. It's positive. Here's what happened. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
You always told me you wanted to be your baby's Wait, what? He said you always told me you wanted me.
No, she said this. I think she sent the photo of the pregnancy test, and I think maybe she means you always told me you wanted to be the father of my
But
baby.
isn't the green the receiver?
No.
Oh.
Sender.
Okay. So there it is. You always told me you wanted me to be.
Oh, your baby's
your baby's mother. I loved you and I did everything to be a good girlfriend. Now this is happening. You walked away. I think I want to keep the baby. I don't want to kill alive. I want you to think carefully and take the responsibility. I'll call you shortly. You said, take your time. I can't have kids. Holy shit. What a loser. Take responsibility for your actions.
That's so fucked up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I can't. I guess she missed the call and he just goes, I can't have kids.
Crazy.
It's a wrap.
No, the call, go back. The call was at 103 and then that message at 152.
Oh, my.
That looks like it was a received call. So they probably got on the phone and argued for a while. And then after they got off the phone, he followed up with a text reiterating.
Read it. What's this? Read it. Blood test. Pregnancy blood test. I know, but what does it mean? I don't understand the numbers. Dumb fuck.
Okay, nobody seems to understand my position on this. This is the only other time I'm going to say this, and then I just don't care anymore, okay? Listen, if you don't understand me, you're never going to understand me. How many warnings / clear signs of poor character does someone get before the responsibility of fucking them falls on them? Listen, both people were dumb, okay? Both people made stupid decisions. Who was more dumb? Not entirely sure. I don't know. Don't even know if I care that much. They're both pretty dumb. The only thing that triggers the fuck out of me, the reason why I'm so triggered over the Daisy Girl, why I get so triggered for a lot of people covering it, is that I don't like it when people talk about babies as a punishment. That's the only thing I don't like. So when you say things like, well, he did this, so now he needs to take responsibility, or this is the consequences of your actions. Whenever people speak like that in relation to babies, I just think that's the saddest fucking thing in the world. I think it's horrible, evil. I think that unless you've got a principled stance against abortion or something, and you speak about a child like that, I just think it's a really, really, really sad way to talk about a child as like a responsibility tool or a punishment for a bad behavior. I just think that's, yeah.
Guess what? It means she's pregnant. What do you think she's sending it to?
It's a wrap.
He's like, I'm not a doctor. Female, pregnant. Pregnant is between, let's say, female pregnant weeks of gestation. So if you're not pregnant, you'd be between 0 and 5. So her value, where does it show her values?
She says 3 to 4 weeks, doctor says.
3 to 4 weeks. Oh, she's 3 to 4 weeks pregnant. Oh, that's like she just found out. Oh, okay. He said.
Oh, got it.
Oh, okay. It's our baby, and you want to kill our baby. You are not a good human. It's not about that right now. It's not good. And a lot is happening, especially now business may be over.
That's a very interesting message.
Yeah, what does he mean?
What do you mean business might be over?
Well, they don't make money on YouTube, but they have a Patreon, right?
I don't understand. This is so hard to parse. He just means he's trying to say you're not going to get any money out of me. That's all he's saying, obviously, right?
I am not entirely sure. Patreon is pretty ban happy too. Like, I feel like the kind of shit that they do would probably have gotten them banned from their.
Every doctor will basically start ADHD with ADHD on SSRIs, Wellbutrin, all sorts of meds, and then lastly Ritalin or Adderall. I went through this with 2 to 4 doctors. If you're getting started on an SSRI or things like Wellbutrin or whatever for ADHD, that means that you're giving indications for stuff relating to depression or anxiety. If you're just symptomatic of ADHD, I don't believe a doctor will be starting you on like SSRIs and shit. They probably think that you have more of anxiety or something like that rather than ADHD, because I don't believe that the indication should be the same for those things.
Their Instagrams always get taken down. Like I hope that this is the end of them.
Well, the reason I think it might be is not because of that. It's because I think the fans see through the grift.
They do seem to have one. There are 346 paid members.
Ooh, that is rough.
Patreon, which is
That
pretty
is
low.
bad. I thought their show was more popular than that. 346 paid members?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Pretty bad.
really bad.
Yes.
For podcasts their size, I thought they got a lot of viewers.
Kids.
Yeah, they don't have credit cards.
At $5 a pop, that's
Well, they make most of the money, I think, on super chats, right?
$1,700 a month.
Mhm.
That is not enough to run a podcast for 2 people.
Probably not.
And they have like a staff too.
I'm sure they have other income streams, but yeah, that's not that much.
They got the 30-minute Zoom call, talk about that.
Right.
What happened to Go Woke, Go Broke?
They were on Cameo. You get both of them for like
You
$40.
got Cameo?
I don't know if they turned back on request. I'm checking now.
You could get both of them for how much?
It was like $40 or something.
That is between 2 people.
And that's split 50 because Cameo takes half still.
Cameo takes, and then Apple takes.
So you get half.
They're not making minimum
They
wage.
got Angie on their team. They've got a few people on their team.
Yeah, they have a few. Yep. All right, so it's not about that right now. Our business might be over. I don't want kids right now, and we spoke about it, and you agreed. I never agreed. I agreed based on your actions. Are you not educated? If you keep coming inside of me, I will get pregnant.
Oof, I just realized that message too makes it sound like they did talk about having kids, and Fresh said he didn't want them, and her saying that I never agreed. I agreed based on your actions. So saying like, well, since you came in me, you must want kids. That kind of reinforces my belief that they probably never did have an explicit conversation about having kids. I bet they didn't, because no, I don't think anything has been leaked of that so far.
You agreed. I never agreed. I agreed based on your actions. Are you not educated? If you keep coming inside of me, I will get pregnant. I mean, girl, she knows the science.
Yeah, and she even presented the science before it happened. Remember, she texted him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't get pregnant without your behavior. Words mean nothing. Man up. I'm not saying I want to be with you because you're nothing to me, but the baby is innocent. You should have a kid with someone you are in love with in the same household. It won't be what you expect. Man up. I'm telling you now so you know. Yeah, no. I mean, listen, in your world, man up. But what you should really be doing is daisy up. You should be womaning it up because she's the one, quote, manning up.
You're so right
You're
about
being
that,
a baby.
girl.
You're
Isn't
being
ADHD classified as a dopamine deficiency? I think dopamine, epinephrine, and no epinephrine are part of the deficiency, but I think it's a little bit more than that as well.
a bitch baby boy.
Uh-huh.
I don't expect anything anymore since we are not together. I got pregnant with you when I was in your house and when I was in love. You wanted to have the baby. If you didn't, you wouldn't have come in me. It's so vulgar. God damn, I hate saying that. It's so gross. You wouldn't have to me with your own pleasure. Be logic and be a man. I don't get pregnant by myself. It's not fair for the baby. What are you saying? We are not together and won't be. Why would that be good for the kid? Dude, he's such a hypocrite because this is the guy. I'm sure if you asked him, he'd say abortion is evil. As a Christian, his mom hopefully is following this and is pissed. Because you know his Christian mom ain't down with all this.
Oh, yeah.
What are you saying? We are not together and won't be. Why would that be good for the kid? So why do you keep coming inside me? Ugh.
Jesus.
It's a good question, though.
It is.
Also, things happen, and yes, feelings change, but bringing a kid into this world without both parents is cruel. Well, that's kind of on you at this point. If she can have the baby, it's up to her, buddy.
Yeah.
We both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. This guy has had sex with maybe...
Fresh and Fit were always pro-choice, right? I think so. I've never heard them speak about abortion. I have no idea. I can't say. I can't know for sure.
5 women.
What do you mean we both thought that?
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man.
What made you think that?
It was a joke.
He's
Damn,
yeah.
so sorry.
He said it was a joke. All I'm saying is you should take responsibility for what you did. I'm a
You
victim.
should have rap.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I'm a victim in this relationship, and I'm carrying your baby. You act like you don't care, and you don't want nothing.
Dude.
Also, now I'm worried I have to test other girls, at least 4. So what the fuck does that mean?
Maybe we've only...
Wait, so he doesn't understand that if you... that in someone... that results in pregnancy?
Yeah, he's coming everywhere.
He didn't
he
understand the
does,
science.
yeah.
He
He was
doesn't
like,
know-
wait.
Yeah.
No, wait, you can get pregnant on this? wait,
Who said that?
You know, back in the day, people didn't understand how pregnancy
Yeah.
worked. They thought they would just have sex, and all of a sudden, a baby was born 9 months ago. They thought it was divine. They didn't understand. They didn't put the two together. I think that's where Fresh still is mentally. If we go back 10,000 years.
That's so sad, though, to say it was a joke after, like, saying, oh, I want a family
No,
with
but
you.
what does he mean when he says at least 4? Like, I saw someone float the idea that maybe he had a vasectomy, and then he's worried that it didn't stick or something.
Oh, interesting.
You know what it sounds like to me? This is super retarded, but it sounds to me like Fresh just because he's nutted in girls in the past and he hasn't gotten them pregnant, he just assumed that he either has like low sperm count or is infertile, and he's like, ah, fuck it, let's roll with it. That's what that sounds like to me. Jesus.
just took it as he's had unprotected sex with like 5 people in the past month.
But like, okay, dude, then
I'm gonna come. And like, what?
You've been doing it though.
What a mean thing also to say to
I
her
think-
in this moment.
I think that's why he said
That's why he said it.
Yeah. 4 girls? Are you saying you have sex with 4 girls without protection? I hope you have all the money for your child support. You finally admit you're fucking trash.
Queen.
I don't have money. Good luck. You will see. Yeah, she should ruin his life. I'm
That's
with
the
her.
typical thing he would say, Coconut. I don't have money? Or
Don't have money?
I don't have money?
What about the rumor he had a vasectomy? If he had a vasectomy, then Fresh and Fit would have brought that up 1,000,000%. Also, I'm pretty sure I saw a clip of Fresh talking to Rolo on a show they were on, and I think Rolo was like, "See, this is why I said you should get a vasectomy," and Fresh was like, "Damn, maybe you were right." So like, I don't think he had a vasectomy. Those responses don't make sense.
We'll see.
Who got you pregnant? True, that's good. Who got you pregnant?
Yeah. Was I don't have money? What's up?
Who came
Oh
where?
my God, thank you for the gifted sub.
Now I'm worried. I have to test other girls, at least 4. Maybe he means I thought that I was impotent.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I think.
I'm reading some Reddit posts of people talking about this, and I guess he hinted at having a vasectomy in the past, but didn't confirm it. I guess Nico asked him on an episode, he kind of like laughed it off, but a lot of people think that he may have. I guess he didn't confirm it.
That's the only thing that would make this make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can ask her.
Yeah.
I don't have the money, broke ass loser. He said on the phone, there's no reason to meet and discuss further. He refuses to have an adult conversation in person. He asked me to take pills and deal with it alone. He doesn't even want to show up and be a real man to take responsibility for his behavior. Now I'm warning all girls, stay away from this man. He is dishonest and a liar. Now I ask you, please stand by me and help me expose him in order to protect more women. I suffered many days before I decided to tell everyone what happened. I need to help other girls to know his true colors. And ladies, please protect yourself. True. It's true. Ladies, don't let these fucking dudes come in your pussy. You know?
Ethan, that was crazy.
It's disgusting. I hate it. Ugh.
Got it.
So that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a whole lot. Oh, she's here. How much more do we
she's in
have?
the waiting room.
If you want to talk to her now, we can finish after.
Maybe I can go through it with her. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty good.
totally.
So we're here.
Yeah, and hear the voice.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Let's bring her in, and then we'll finish the slide together, and then ask questions.
I want. Want me to bring her in now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to
She's not
keep her
here.
waiting. If she's here, then let's talk to her.
Let's wait till
What's the problem?
You should be here when we let her.
Oh, sure. You can wait for me. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Okay.
Should we
all right.
play?
Meantime, huh?
Should we play the voice memos while we wait that she sent, or do we want to read donations? Maybe.
Up to you. Up to you.
Your shoes are back there.
I think she's
love
about to
that.
call in. She can tell us.
That's a good idea to cut to that right there.
Do you
Nate.
think we're gonna get anything like new or interesting, or is it just gonna be like a rehash of all the stuff we've heard before?
Daisy, can you hear me?
No, I can see that she needs to
love the blazer.
anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look lovely, by the way. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you can see me. Okay.
Oh, I can.
Thank
Oh,
you
I can
very
hear you.
much.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Your blazer is so cute.
Thank you so much. Oh, I'm glad to be here. And Ethan, you're a very wise man.
I'm very white.
Yeah, I saw the whole broadcast, the debating show, like just before the.
Wise.
Why?
Just, I wanted to get to know you, and yeah, everything you said was like make a lot of sense. You know, these guys like they don't know how to talk. at all.
Thank you for saying that. It's actually kind of crazy how everything coincided, because I was saying, listen, you guys can be good boyfriends. It's not embarrassing. Like, just be a sweet, good guy, you know. And did you? So when you watched that interview, I was wondering, were you offended by the way he talked about you then? Because you guys were technically still together during that, right?
I was literally at his apartment. That was day 2 arrived from Barbados.
Wow.
So of course, I mean, I didn't watch the show, but somebody had to send me a link. So and the guy was like,
It's also so bizarre. It's like some Black Mirror shit that you're doing like a media tour podcast about your like pregnancy. With like no hint of shame. Like this is also one of the reasons, like, I try never to shit talk my partner, partially because I think that's the right thing to do, but also because like it reflects on you as well. Like if I'm dating somebody or I'm married to somebody, like the idea of like me actively shitting on another, you're like, well, this is my partner. Why the fuck would I be with somebody that I'm actively shitting on? Like that just seems like such a stupid thing to do. So for as much as she's shitting on Fresh, every stupid thing that she says about Fresh reflects equally on her, because you let him like nut in you like 20 times, or I guess 10 times or whatever, right? Same thing with Fresh. Also, yeah, Fresh is like shitting on her, like, oh, she's blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, if you're doing all these tests or whatever, why are you busting her before you've done all of your shit tests? Like, why would you risk that? Like, it's so, like, this is so weird.
look, this is how Fresh is talking about you. So finally he admitted that you are just side chick. So when he came back on the show, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why can't you just man up and just tell people what's going on between us, right? You literally like just said you love me. Like I was spending the whole time with you and your family.
Hello?
And now you admit it. Like you deny.
Hi, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to try to understand this. Like, Fresh doesn't want a child, but he is nutting inside a girl without any protection. Like, no condom, no vasectomy.
Yeah, my guess is going to be, one, a part of him is stupid, and that he thinks is, a part of it is stupid, and he just, like, has nutted in girls in the past, and he thinks he's invincible, and it just won't happen to him. And then part of it might be that he's thinking, like, I mean, if it does happen, like, surely she'd get an abortion, right? It's probably like a combination of both of those stupid things that he thought he was safe. That'd be my guess.
The second one makes a bit more sense than the first one, but, like, really? He thinks he can't get a girl pregnant? Like, what?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of people busted a lot of girls, and then eventually they get caught. Like, generally when people have oops babies or accidental pregnancies, it's not usually just because of one time. There's like a history of, I know people personally who engage in a lot of like, and not like pull out, but like full on, like just like coming in the girl, like, oh, we haven't gotten pregnant yet. And it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, I know Myron promotes vasectomies. What's Walter's whole stance on shit like that?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, I just, like, it's just been bugging me. Like, why the fuck would he come inside this chick over and over again, and then he doesn't want a kid? Like, that's just fucking weird.
I have no clue. Although I think, haven't they acknowledged that it's just like a huge fucking mistake?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
like,
'cause
they've
there's
said it's
no-
stupid, but it's, like, still, it's just fucking weird. It's like stabbing yourself in the hand, but not wanting to stab yourself in the hand.
Well,
It's
not. I
just-
mean, no. Well, the difference being, I mean, people come and people unprotected because it feels better, right? I don't know if stabbing in the hand feels good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, same idea. Like, I don't want this to happen. I'm gonna stab myself. It's just fucking weird. I think when it comes to stupid people, like, you can't possibly fucking know what the fuck they're thinking. They might not even be thinking anything.
Maybe they're not even conscious. Maybe.
Yeah, they could be like weird robots or something. Maybe we're the only ones that are actually conscious.
Possibly. Who knows? Yeah.
All right, man. Well, have fun. Take care.
Yeah, be careful.
I that we're in a relationship. What's going on? He's like, oh, because people are like talking bad about you. I want to keep this privately. That just doesn't make sense because you just post a picture of us.
You
on
guys
your
can't. They're
Instagram.
saying they can't see Daisy. Okay. Okay. Sorry. We're pulling up the. So, what do you think he's planning? I don't understand his thing. Did he like change his mind, or do you think from the beginning he was being disingenuous? Because he put so much effort into, I feel like, courting you and bringing you out. If he just wanted to have sex with you, he didn't have to do all that.
Right. You don't have to. And I would be okay with that if he just wanted to have fun. I would be okay. Just tell me the truth. Don't lie to me. And I don't need all of this. Like, I'm adult. But yeah, I think he cannot speak for himself. So until right now, he's still like letting Myron to like standing in front of him. He cannot be himself. He cannot make decisions for himself. Literally, Myron definitely got something to do between this.
You think so?
Even the breakup.
What do you think?
All of a sudden, he just switches up. All of a sudden.
There's something. I get the feeling something happened, right? Someone got to him, or I don't know. It's just very odd how it all came together. I want to ask you questions about yourself. I'm curious about you. So you're Chinese, right?
Right.
And when did you move to New York?
I didn't move to New York. The first time I came here was last year in October. So I came here, I wanted to have, because I started traveling last year because of the pandemic. I was locked down in China for 3 years. So like I wanted to, enjoy my life. I always wanted to travel all over the world. So my last destination was USA. So I came here in October and I got myself an apartment here. So I could because I do vlogging, I do I take pictures. So I have like a lot of luggage. So I just kept myself in here. So I was doing a tour, Miami, Los Angeles, and doing stuff right here. So then I went to Miami. I met Kim.
And how do you make money? What do you have a job? Like how do you fund all this?
Yeah, I always had a job. I have multiple jobs. I work in multiple industries. As people are like right now, they're saying I have a lot of plastic on me, plastic surgeries on me. I mean, I've always been honest on the show. Like first day, like when I went to the podcast, I said I work with the surgeons, top surgeons. This is just business. They don't know nothing about this industry. What I do, like it's my image. If you're a doctor, you gotta be, if you're a dentist, you have to have good teeth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I work with surgeons. It's one of my main job, professionals. I send him screenshots, I send him videos every time I go to the hospital. He understood. He knows exactly what I do. And I do modeling. And I was a professional bodybuilder.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm certificated, and I get a lot. I get paid to do personal training, and it's
okay.
Yeah.
So then, where did this rumor come from? They've been trying to this really disgusting rumor that you're an escort came up. I don't know how they think that makes him look better. Anyway, it makes him almost seem like more of a loser by his own world philosophy, right? But where did this rumor come from? What are they doing with that?
From the first day when I got exposed with him on the yacht party, so they found my IG. So they just assuming because I was traveling all over the world, and I also went to Dubai. So
sorry, hold on. Do you think Arby's curly fries are the best in all of fast food? Arby's curly fries are not good. Their normal fries might be better. Arby's curly fries are probably some of the most overrated French fries of all the French fries. They're not good at all. Just as a heads up. Anybody that tells you different is a fucking sheep. Okay? Arby's curly French fries are like these mushy. They're like giant thick cut. You just bite into it and it's like gross. Arby's curly fries haven't been good for like 2 decades.
they're just assuming this girl went to Dubai for
They just
time.
They just assume that? That's crazy.
Right. Have some knowledge, please. Knowledge. Any person who travels to Dubai to do escorting, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Dude, she travels and she's fit. She has to be an escort, bro.
Yeah, a young, successful woman obviously can get that herself.
That's crazy.
People are just hating on me. They can't accept that.
Yeah.
The fact that I know how to make money, I look good.
Mm-hmm.
They can't accept that. And these people, they're just haters.
So, Walter, do you call him? Did he make you call him Fresh, or did you call him Walter?
I call him Walter, privately.
Good. Yeah. Did he ever ask you to call him Fresh or anything? Or was he cool with Walter?
No.
Okay. Just curious. Is he broke? He said he's broke. What do you know about his finances?
Well, for me, he's not he's not wealthy for me.
What's for you wealthy? Well, so if you're looking for if you're looking a lineup of men and then seeing their income, what's in your opinion wealthy? Like this guy's rich.
They've asked me that before on the show, so I've always been honest.
Yeah.
I never said I don't care about money. Money is not important. I just said this is not the only thing I look for. I said.
Well, you dated his broke ass.
Literally.
I mean, he claims that he makes $1 million per year, so I mean, it's okay, right? For me, it's okay because as Marion said, women should date up, right? We should date.
Date the fuck up.
Right, masculine, provider, leader. So of course I'm going to choose you. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to choose somebody who makes less money than me.
So then wait, so what's the number?
$1 million.
Mm-hmm.
$1 million.
Yeah, I think $1 million.
Any okay. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of
I'm
money.
not saying that has to be the thing. I'm just saying that's my standards.
Yeah, and he
you have it right
to fit those standards, but he didn't.
So he's not making that kind of money.
Oh my god.
He's not, but he said he is, but he's not.
So it's everything his whole thing is all a front. That he's a play. Do you think he slept with 1,000 women?
No.
There's no way, right? And then
There's no way.
how can he sleep with 1,000 women and you're the first one he's gotten pregnant without using protection?
No, I'm not the first one who got out of the girl pregnant before, and he said that on the show. Some stuff about Hail Mary, he took the girl to McDonald's, sat her down and tell her they will be together after the abortion, and then never see her again.
Oh.
That's murder. That's murder. Okay, literally murder. And he said that on the show, and they were laughing about it. What's so funny about this? You're just being a dick.
What I wondered when you showed those texts about him encouraging you to get oh, by the way, I didn't even think about it. Sorry about my appearance. It's unrelated. I don't usually look like this.
No worries.
Yeah, I figured I might as well acknowledge it.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be good. When you posted the text, I wondered what did his family think, because I know he has said he's very religious. His family's very religious, Christians, and I'm sure his mom is not down with him having you get an abortion. Do you wonder what his family's reaction is to all this?
Well, personally, I think his mom is very submissive. His mom always being so quiet and listen to him. So basically, I think his mom cannot make a decision. But if she finds, or his grandma, especially his grandma, she's very religious. She gave me her Bible when I visited her.
Man.
But she really liked me, and she prayed with me.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, if his grandma noticed, she will be upset.
Wow.
Do they know? Do you think they know?
Good question.
Thank you.
I wonder.
I'm not sure. I think Fresh wouldn't tell them unless they found them on the internet.
Do you have a way to contact them?
No, I don't.
I mean, shit, you probably would have, right, if you could.
I just wanted to respect him,
Yeah.
I don't want to be too much.
Oh, really? Wait, what is? Okay, you don't want to be too much. It seems like you're on a warpath. Like you. Is it accurate to say you hate Walter?
Yeah, I hate him. Of course, I hate him.
Yeah. And so, what's your goal basically in doing these interviews and stuff? What's the best outcome?
I need a apologize, public apologize. That he admitted that he made a mistake. He made me pregnant, and maybe he was just he can just say he wasn't ready, when he just hear that I'm pregnant, maybe he needs some time, he can still just apologize to me and make things right. But people say that I planned the whole thing, I'm thinking for money. I already said so many times, I'm not looking for any time. I don't look for anything. Okay?
The conversations that I've seen and everything, there's no. The only evidence shows the opposite. I mean, you're paying for your own stuff, you're paying for your apartment, you're paying for your jewelry. He's telling you he loves you. He's the one, as you said, coming in your pussy. Pardon my vulgar. It's just I'm quoting you.
He says you're mine. I can't wait to take what's mine all the time.
Oh man, that's a
I
lot.
just hate him. That's why I going everywhere. Going on the internet. I hate him so much. I want everybody to know who he is.
It is interesting. I genuinely think that you are really damaging his reputation with his community. Yeah. That's the one, because they see that everything he's talked about is just total bullshit. That he's just a liar. He's not about that at all, and he just wants to be a cute boyfriend. I don't know why he won't embrace that.
He was nice to me. That's why I cannot accept it. Like he's treating me in this way right now, because he was very nice to me when we were together. He made me feel like he made a lot of effort. Because for me, in my imagination, I cannot think that if a man doesn't love me, he would text you and talk to you every day, because he's a businessman. At the end of the day, he has business to do, attend. He cannot just talk to a girl that just for pussy.
Well, he put way too. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense for me.
When's the last time you guys talked? Are you guys in communication at all?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Wow. I wonder what he's thinking about all this. We should try to get him. No.
No, he doesn't deserve access to Daisy anymore.
No. Well, let me ask you this: as Walter's advocate, and I say that in the sense that when I interviewed him, I was trying to give him good advice. So let me continue in that good faith effort. If Walter grovels before you and says, "Baby, I've made a mistake. I want to keep coming in that pussy,"
no way.
Is there any chance that you can take him back and have a family?
No way.
No way. He's done.
He's done.
Do you want the baby to be in the baby's life?
From baby's perspective, yes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't deserve the baby.
No, he
doesn't deserve anything. Because until now, he's not saying anything. He's not making any announcement. Just letting Myron talk in front of him. You're an adult.
That was really cowardly, wasn't it? He sent his friend out. That was crazy.
Oh, I think Myron just in love with this guy. Not except that Fresh was actually in love with me,
Yeah.
So, do you think that Fit might be having some weird emotional reason to maybe try to derail your relationship? Do you think he'd pick Fit over you? Is he that pathetic?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he is.
Because look, I think I kind of feel bad for them, because they have to be faithful to what they say. They cannot be in a relationship, cannot be serious to any girl. I think Fresh was at some point he was in love with me, but he cannot do that. And he also said that after we broke up. He said, "Even you, I want you, but I can't. I'm just gonna hurt you." He said, "I want you, but I can't. I'm just gonna hurt you." Because they have to be this single man in Miami out there.
Yes, totally. That's what I see as well. They're totally trapped in their own psycho worldviews. How's the pregnancy doing? How far along are you now?
I think it's around 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything's going good. How do you feel?
I'm feeling fine. Yeah. I haven't decided what to do yet. So
Oh, you-
I really don't know what to do. I'm really confused.
In terms of keeping the baby, you're saying?
But
Wow. That's a horrible. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a horrible decision to have to make. You know.
And it's totally your choice.
Yeah, it's totally.
yeah, for sure. You know, even if one day I decide I don't keep the baby, they're gonna say, "Oh, I know she's a bitch. She's lying." You know, all this stuff, all this type of stuff. They're gonna say that for sure. He's gonna make a whole episode just for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah. You know, these guys like they have like Monday for what? Monday to talk about money or teaching people how to become successful and how to be financial free. You guys are not financial free. How can you teach people to be financial free?
That's the scam.
Like you're actually making money from bullying women. You know, insult women.
Yeah.
This is what you do. This is what they do.
So, he revealed something on accident in our interview that he introduces a lot of girls to his mom. Did you hear that part?
Right. I heard everything.
You heard everything. Did you have any thoughts about that?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Why would he include his mom in that? Like, how crazy is that?
Well, he told me not that much actually. Probably three women, but my one was exaggerated. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
And so, can I ask you a question? And I mean this with all due respect. What did you see in him?
I knew you were gonna say that. Everybody else, like, I don't know. Really, sometimes when you fell in love, you don't need any reason to be. You know. Well, I was always like encourage him. You know, wanted to grow together. You know, make him feel so confident. I know people talk about his appearance, you know, and I see that. But for me, he's very attractive, still very attractive to me. And I've never mentioned that ever with him. I always make him confident with me. Never try to gaslighting him, you know. I just tried everything to be with him.
Here's the Burger King. He was wearing a crown in one of them that I thought kind of looked like this from the subreddit. So this is fresh in his empire. Thank you.
It's a wrap.
Thanks everybody. Appreciate that. That is Burger King fresh, and interestingly, Burger King is made fresh. So.
Wow.
You are killing it today, brother. Oh my God,
man,
so funny.
Thank you, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Now that's a whopper of a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That was not bad.
Hey, yeah, I got another one for you.
Oh God, sorry about this, Daisy. Taking a detour here. Cool. I have to tell you something.
I want to tell you something as well.
Ooh.
We were laughing about this. The 411.
Wait,
girl,
what
who's
was she
lovely.
gonna tell him?
I thought the video was.
Were we about to get a big
She just
reveal?
had, this funny moment where you were talking about something serious and it was like, "Yay, I got a subscriber."
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Did I misunderstand that?
It's being funny. I would never do that. Chestnuts. No. So, is there anything you want us to know about Walter? I guess.
Did I
What do people need to know about
misunderstand?
this guy?
Never mind.
Or
Maybe it's
fit.
just a meme. Never mind.
Well, first of all, I think they are very bad influence.
I thought
They're
we were getting a big
actually damage
drop.
to American society. I think people should stop listening to or go watch the show whatsoever. They don't have any skills for financially. They don't have skills. And they are insulting women on public. It's very bad.
Why do you say that they don't have financial skills?
Because they don't. I mean, first of all, they did not study finance. They're not professional.
He's broke.
And yeah, and both of them, they're not making any money from doing finance.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the income is from the podcast, main income podcast. So
That
the
actually could be a
compensation is
good
like consulting, maybe
criticism,
daily
actually.
consulting.
Yeah.
So if you're not making money from this finance or crypto, how can you teach people?
So
You're not an expert on this. How can you teach people?
Right. Did you I'm curious. During the months you guys were together, did you never see like clips from the show and hear the kind of stuff he was talking about? Because he's been kind of doing this whole shtick for a while now.
So I watched a few episodes when I was in China, and I argued with him a few times, but he didn't say anything on the show. So basically, he doesn't really talk, right? So he told me this is just business. But I got so pissed off with Myron so many times because every time he talks about women, he just acts like he hates women. He has bad opinion about women, and sometimes he say women is just an object. This is not true. No, I think he has a real issue with women. So I told him many times. Yeah, I texted him many times. I told him this is bad. You cannot let him influence you. This is also how you think. And he said, "Oh, we know this." He said,
I'm curious about the apartment he stole from you. That part of the story was absolutely bananas to me. You guys were looking at an apartment together.
I feel like as soon as I turn this off, they're actually going to talk about something interesting.
Right?
Should we just shut this off? I feel
was
like
it a nice apartment. Why would he take it? He took it because he wanted to move. So did he move into that apartment? Do you know?
not yet because he's leasing his contract for this current apartment is finishing on June or July, I think it's supposed to be. So we went to see this apartment that was supposed to take for me, that he was supposed to take for me, and he ended up
it's coming.
maybe I should take that for myself.
That's so fucking crazy.
Right.
It's funny how obscene that is. Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you. Do you have the fake bracelet? I wanted to see how fake it looked.
Actually, no, because when I told him about this,
Oh! Do I get a point for that? Didn't I predict that she sold it? But maybe she's going to say she gave it back or something. I don't know.
and I took it off in front of him. I threw it away, like just right on the table.
I throw it away? Did she just say I throw it away? Oh, the fake one. Never mind. Okay. Okay.
And he ended up like, maybe I should take that for myself.
That's so fucking crazy.
Right.
It's funny how obscene that is. Yeah.
Lucky.
Also, I wanted to ask you.
Where's the real one?
So, oh yeah, do you have the fake bracelet? I wanted to see how fake it looked.
Actually, no, because when I told him about this, and I took it off in front of him. I threw it away, like just right on the table.
Dude,
He
that's
found the fake thing to insult me, so I felt really like uncomfortable. But I didn't want to hurt him immediately. So after 2 days, I told him I realized this is fake, so I
Wow.
just took it off. Yeah.
Do you still have the Van Cleef bracelet that you guys went in together?
Oh yeah, I do.
Fuck yeah. You're wearing it now.
Oh, there it is. Okay, she still has it. Okay, she still got it. She's got it. She's got it.
It looks good, girl. Just put that up. Let me see that.
Why should I not wear it?
Let me see that. Let me see them diamond shine. Let me see that.
Oh,
That's
beautiful.
Sheesh. Nice.
Okay, look, I gotta show you guys something, okay? So, this is not the only fake thing that he brought for me, but also
Jesus.
basically I think
We got more things.
Do you guys see this Rolex watch?
Oh.
Wait. He bought you a fake Rolex, you said?
No, this is his watch.
Oh, that's
fake.
Right. One day I pick it up. I'm like, this is super light. This is not. I have many Rolex. I love Rolex. This is also investment, you know. But I just can tell it's fake. It's super light. This diamond looks shit.
Oh my God,
And
he's
this
such
one,
a.
If it's a real Rolex watch, if it's real, this one's very rare in the market. It's at least $200,000.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of coconuts.
Obsessed with that.
Any other dirt on the man we should know?
Sorry.
You got any other dirt on the man? Let's
This
hear
is
it.
not dirt. This is not dirt. This is just a fact. You know.
Right.
Well, since they're doing this nasty things to me, I don't have to. The notes of today. The notes of today. Oh, right. Okay. So.
Somebody's there with you?
No. Yeah, I'm staying with my friend. So basically, 2 days ago, that he posted a vlog that somebody wrote him a note, and they were saying I wrote that note to put in his car. Oh, I love you, and blah blah blah. They're saying I'm stalking on him. I'm in New
Oh,
York.
what a loser.
I'm in New York. How can I stalk you?
You left. Yeah, you left, man. So, yeah, there's also some other really troubling stuff that we kind of brought up that I was curious what you thought about, like giving underage girls alcohol. And do you believe that there's just water in the red cups?
No, I don't.
Yeah, of course not. It's silly, right?
Yeah, I watched the whole episode just today, like 2 hours ago. I watched the whole show, and also I have some opinion about how Myron is always talking about politics, you know, Israel, not Israel, like, what's this word, like Jewish, you know. And I did some research about this, you know. He said that he loves to learn history and reading history, but he doesn't even know how many people died, how many Jewish people died.
No, he sure doesn't.
He doesn't have a clue, you know.
No,
and he's always trying and pretending to be like smart politic. Like if he's that smart, he should be working for Donald Trump or Joe Biden, not talking on the podcast like building women every day.
True.
That's his only skill to make money, but he just wanted to be smart.
So true. So true. Yeah, so we were going through, we put together this PowerPoint presentation of the timeline. We were about to play some voice notes you sent us. Would it be all right with you if we play those and then we can discuss if there's anything to say about them? Okay, great. So, did you send these? Who has?
They're in 2G Discord.
2G Discord.
Yeah, I sent him right before the show.
Hold on. Tucci is our WhatsApp group,
Or
the House of Tucci.
The Crew Discord.
The Crew Discord.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Looking for it right now. You want me to just play them?
Yeah.
It's probably easiest. Okay, so stand by.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I'm going to play the first one. I assume this is the first one.
Like, you have never, like, make anyone pregnant before.
No, I have.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, my ex-wife, and then.
And what happened? And she had abortion. She had abortion.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know you are able to have kids. You're healthy. You're perfectly fine.
No, that was years ago. That was like 7 years ago.
Okay, that was the first one.
That's a really good thing to get him on because I'm very confused about this idea that like, oh, how did you get pregnant? And I need to check with all these other girls to see if they're pregnant. What is he talking about? Does he not understand biology? Did he have a vasectomy? Did he, or like, what is he thinking when he says these things?
Right. So people still questioning about this, saying I'm faking the pregnancy. Just listen to this voice.
Yeah.
But what does he mean when he says I need to check for other girls to see if they're pregnant?
Oh, he meant he not in other 4 girls as well. I'm not the only one. But during our relationship, he was with me every day, except the 3 days he was missing at the end of the relationship. But most of the days we spent 20 hours together. So
Jesus.
I noticed he's not sleeping with anyone else. But I guess he was. before I came, probably. Before I came to Miami, he was with other girls and unprotected.
But do you know if he's had a vasectomy? Was that what, or no?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. We discussed this many times. The reason why I'm so upset because I was preparing for the baby.
Right.
I was preparing it because I had this discussion with him so many times. What if I get pregnant? We're continuing to have this unprotected sex, and I'm not on birth control. He knows it.
Yeah.
And he's like, we'll see what happens. You know, if it happens, it happens.
I didn't know he had an ex-wife. That thought of making your wife have an abortion
Yeah, I
is
was
so
thinking about that.
fucked. Like,
I think he got married when he first came to America, and his first wife had a child already from a previous relationship.
okay, that rings a bell. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let's play the next one. We have more, yeah? No
one
audio.
second.
Coconut?
Doesn't seem to be audio on this one.
Do you like the nicknames we have for him? Coconuts and Barbados?
I love it.
Nice. Yeah. I'm proud of that one.
Cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter. Yeah, that was.
By the way, I saw the debate how you are emotionally stable. I loved it.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
you literally didn't have to say anything, but you beat them.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Okay,
I love that.
This one is
Thank
working.
you.
For some reason, one of them didn't seem to have any audio, but this one's ready to go. So here, I'm going to play it now.
What do you mean?
Like, you have never, like, make anyone pregnant before.
No, I have.
It's the same one.
Oh, this is the same one?
Yeah.
Hold on. Something
it's
funky's going on here.
Uh-oh.
I apologize.
I'll resend them in WhatsApp if that's easier for you.
Oh my God! Thank you for the gifted
Send
subs.
them one at a time, Olivia.
Let's see here. By the way, you were following me and the podcast. So you were wanting to get on this show to talk about him because you knew that we have some friction, or just, I mean, people are certainly receptive here.
I noticed about you.
Yeah.
Because when you had the first debate and Fresh told me you are a hater, so I was asking him, who are you? And I got to know that you're the broadcaster for H3. And also, you know, since I've been to other interviews, they all told me if I go to your show, it's going to be better.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true, usually.
That's why I followed you, because I wanted to get your attention.
Usually.
That's good.
We're here to
Okay,
support
so
you.
Olivia just resent these to me. I see this one is 1 minute and 9 seconds long, so I'm assuming this is a new one we haven't heard yet.
Like, what is the point of what she's even
take a
doing right now?
listen.
What is the point of all
I
of
just
this?
realized that I'm gonna hurt you, and it's not fair to you, so I have to end it. And honestly speaking, like, you deserve a man that's gonna actually, like, do everything for you. But me, I'm gonna hurt you. And I just realized that when you were here, which is not fair to you, was like, okay, you know what? Before it goes any further, I need time to think about this, because honestly speaking, like, I'm gonna hurt you, and it's not fair. But also, what's not fair is that, like, you did
She
all
wants
that
an
to come
apology?
here,
But that's
and I did it to you.
okay.
You did that before when I was in China. I just saw the show when the England the show in London that you were on the show with a girl. You were on a date with a girl, and you told her that you are single, that you were going to take her out the next day.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, it's a show.
No, you do reality show. You realize that you have to
Good,
be honest.
true.
No, but she's not single either.
I see. So he was just saying it's all fake for the show.
Like the cups.
I bet
Right.
she can suck a mean dick, though. None of these people even like sex. When you ever see people like this, none of these people are good at or enjoyable. They don't like it. The people that fuck them don't like it. Like, all these people, it's like sex is just some weird fucking status game for all these people. That's always how it is with this group of people.
Water.
Right.
It's really quite sad, Daisy, that he brought you out I think he truly and honestly had emotion, care for you, and I think he was invested, but he's so damaged emotionally that there's something. And
Pillow Princess, and Pillow guys. None of the men in the red pill community like sex either. Nobody in this community, nobody in all the red pill community likes sex. The men or the women. It's all just like weird power struggle, status, financial, whatever the fuck games. Like everybody is lazy and crazy and weird, and it's just weird.
I'm giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt here, trying to humanize him. He's so damaged emotionally that when you were there and this life was in front of him, he bailed. He had to bail. He couldn't do it. He's too insecure. He's afraid, and it's quite sad. He's quite damaged. It really is.
Yeah, you heard the voice. On the voice, he said he realized that when I was there, he wants me, but he cannot. He cannot do that because he's gonna hurt me. And also, I guess he was just kind of like tired of pretending to be someone that he's not,
So you think he was never serious?
No. He was at some point. I think he was serious, but he was just too irrational to take decisions. He never thought about the consequence. What's gonna happen later? Like he never actually. He was just being selfish. Never thought about. I was actually deeply in love with this person. I was serious.
You can chalk it up to her just kind of like talking casually, but technically what she just says contradicts her claim that they had serious conversations about having a family. If it was the fact that they had serious conversations about having a family, then how can you say that he never took anything seriously and was just not thinking or whatever? I thought he did think about it. But she could also just mean that, like, well, he had those conversations, but he didn't take those conversations. I'm from being charitable, but this is all stupid.
And he
on
left
both
me
sides.
no choice, left me alone in this country pregnant. And I think he just realized that he cannot reach my standards. That's the main point that's why he broke up with me.
He dumped you because he can't reach your standards? No, that's delusional. What do you mean by like sex? Because I would say most people don't like sex as much as you do either. It's not about liking it as much as I do. I just don't think that anybody in the red pill space, like when you got like a whole group of guys, for instance, that say that like, oh, like I think like giving head is disgusting. This is a group of people that don't like sex. Or a whole group of people that when I was on that one show and like nobody had a single answer to like, oh, what makes sex good? And nobody had an answer, like an actual answer to that question on a table, on a dating podcast show. Nobody here actually enjoys sex. It's just like a weird status power numbers thing.
Well, so if he didn't bail and he wasn't up to your standards, would that have been a problem for you?
That wouldn't, because I was going to do set up my business in Miami. I was going to work anyway.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I'm not saying money is not important. I still want a guy to be the provider. My man that makes more money than me. But that's not. I'm not saying that's the. Like if he's broke, I'm gonna break up with me. No, I wasn't. I was never going to. I was never planning to. But I just hated that he was pretending to be someone that he's not.
Yeah.
And now, like, okay, I'm done with this game. Like, okay, I had enough. Then I kick you out.
I've heard
What time is it? Okay, at 6 o'clock we're done with this. This is boring as fuck.
many times that you have like rich family in China. Is that true?
Well, my family is comfortable, like I grew up in a nice, like very comfortable way. Like my parents, they divorced when I was 10, so I was like very self-taught, and my father always told me like how to like work hard.
Nah, people enjoy sex because it makes genitals good. I don't know what the fuck Tiny's talking about. Just because people aren't doing the most weirdest, freakest sex ever doesn't mean people don't enjoy it. Who said anything about weirdest, freakest sex ever? Are you okay? Are you writing a fanfic or reading erotica about me right now, my dude?
And this is how I grew up in this kind of involvement. Like we always know like to work hard and making our own money. But basically, my family's like they're okay.
Okay, they're not like fabulously wealthy.
No, they're not. And I never said that.
Yeah, they say that all the time. I didn't know from where they got that information. They can't decide.
From their own.
It's funny, they can't decide if you're a prostitute or like a fun baby. Yeah.
Sugar baby.
Yeah, it's like they got to pick a lane there. All right, is there more voice memos?
There's one more.
One more.
There's one more. It's 13 seconds long. I'm gonna play it. 1 second.
Too much happening right now that I can't.
Too much popping.
Even with you, like, I want to, but I can't. I'm just gonna hurt you.
Such a fucking idiot.
You know?
That's so crazy.
That was it. That was what Daisy just basically said.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sucks. What an idiot. I was saying before you called in, but I got to say, he really fucked up. You know, because it seemed like he had a nice thing going. I just don't understand. Like, he really fucked up. You know, like, you guys seem to have a nice whirlwind romance. You are self-sufficient. You're making your own money. You are a boss bitch, I believe is the colloquial term. Excuse my naughty language.
100% good faith here. Do you really think they don't enjoy sex? I find that hard to believe. Maybe they tie it to status or something, but I'm sure they enjoy intimacy like most humans. I don't think so. I really, truly don't. Based on the conversations I've heard these people have, the way I hear them talk about sex on their shows and everything, no, I don't think they actually do. I think it's just like a status power thing.
That's a good thing.
You're like a boss. You rock. Yeah.
I understand. I just don't get it. You know, I think I tick all the boxes.
I
Whatever
agree.
you do,
I agree.
Except these sexy pictures on IG. Okay, that doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter, you know. And after I met him, I posted our photos. He asked me to post a photo of us, and I did. And I unfollowed all the guys, like strangers. I did all of that just because they said on the show like girls should be doing this, and you know they want a traditional woman. You know, I'm never that kind of woman that I would change myself for somebody else. But I really just really care about this person. I want to make this work.
What a loser. Dude sucks. So let's see. There's more here. You've had four.
I got a subscriber.
Oh, that's good. That's good. She got a subscriber. What's her name?
Tree.
Yeah. Daisy has now had 4 social media accounts. Why do you keep getting banned on social media? 4 Instagrams, Twitter. Why are they getting all your social medias banned? Or are they?
Well, they just trying to shut me down on IG. I think they hacked my IG, but Twitter, I deactivated my Twitter because I want peace. Like.
Yeah, I can imagine social media is really
I'm
ugly
really
for you
sad.
right now. So wait, what did they ban your?
Okay. Will you feel stupid if she has Fresh's baby? Well, I feel stupid? No, but I would dramatically change the way I guess I evaluate people. I don't think that baby's ever being born, but I don't think so. If she even still has it. If she ever had it. I'm still not 100%. I'm like 65 to 80% now that she's probably pregnant. If she isn't, she's doing a lot of work to fake it. But there's no way she'll have that baby. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay, as a quick thing, how would you classify like a major conflict versus a minor conflict? So like I would say that major conflicts are obviously like the 48 War of Independence. That's obviously a major conflict. The Suez Crisis is obviously major. It's like international, multiple countries involved, formal wars, the 6-Day War, Yom Kippur. Conflict's important to the narrative. So like when I look at like the first Intifada, that was pretty important. But was it as important as like the second Intifada? I don't know if it necessarily was, but they both kind of seem like they are. But I feel like the second one was more dramatic than the first. Are they both considered major conflicts? Conflicts that affected the course of the future versus stuff they just added to the current thing. I feel like everything affects the future, though. I'll probably just do like battles or massacres or something like that would just be minor than I think. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, let me just rest real quick and then we're going to listen to this Decoding the Gurus thing. Oh boy. I have to leave at like 9:15 as well, so I hope we can cut it in half just to trigger the fuck out of you guys. A major war is one that results in more than 10,000 deaths in a year, while a war is one that results in 1,000 to 9,999 deaths in a year. A minor wait, what? In that case, some of these major wars like wouldn't even count then as like major wars, right? Like how many people died in the Suez Crisis? Like easily less than 10,000, probably less than 5,000, probably less than 4,000. Okay, let me use the restroom 1 second. Oh boy. Finally, Israel fighting back on the cringe propaganda wars. Thank God. Palestinians aren't the only ones that are fucking cringe. My wife is a brave Jew. We stood alone at Yale University today. She wore no mask and was proud. Notice the horde hiding behind their masks. Can I get some clappas in chat? Okay, it must be, I'll give them props. It must be like a progressive troll to still wear masks like outside, right? Like they just do that to trigger people. It's to avoid identification? Well, then why wouldn't you wear like a Carantos mask? She literally took it off to talk to somebody, didn't she? Like she pulled it down to talk to somebody. You wear these masks to hide your identity? Bro, you're literally protesting with like Muslims and shit. They've got like a whole inventory worth of mask gear to wear. That's not these corny ass fucking masks. The COVID masks, no? Maybe they have the flu. Do this with Dan. Okay. College kid here. People will straight up call you a fascist for not thinking about people with weak immune systems. It's a really big virtue signal. I have a feeling that 98% of kids on most college campuses don't give a fuck about that. You must be talking about like when you're walking to class, like the student centers where the most extreme students are fucking protesting. Even when I was like up in Yale and shit, like which is like has a super activist campus. Most of the students there say they're like, yeah, the kids here that are like protesting are super crazy, but like the majority of students like don't give a fuck. They just go to class and it's whatever. But the only people that make the news are going to be like the people that are out here doing wacky and wild shit. Yeah, I meant the politically active kids. Okay, that's fair. All right. Oh, quick thing. Can we give a big clappa? Hold on, I've got a few links open. Big clappa to Vaush. He hit 450,000 subs for the third time in his YouTube career. Hooray. Somebody linked this earlier. What is this? Why are you keep typing this in chat? Why are conservatives freaking out about the Title IX rule change? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
Dune is a masterpiece you'd enjoy. Here's an interview with Frank Herbert made shortly after the movie Dune came out.
Well, my Arab friends wonder why it's called science fiction. Dune, they say, is religious commentary.
Well, yeah, that's what science fiction is. What is this media take? What do you think science fiction is? It's a lens through which you explore societal issues through the lens of like science fiction. Yeah, that's of course. Why? Like, I watched Star Trek, and my question is, why do they call it science fiction? I noticed that they deal with a lot of issues that are actually relevant to modern society. When I turned it on, I expected it would be 60 minutes of troubleshooting the Hyperion Star Destroyer drive, but instead, they're actually talking about how people that look different can relate to each other. What a wacky and wild thing to address in a science fiction, science-type show. Sorry, okay. What? Why was I like this? Who is this? Mars Volta guy. Okay. We are fundraising $25,000 to evacuate 7 people from Gaza immediately. What? Please don't mention Palestine or Gaza in the Venmo subject to avoid funds getting held up. The ground invasion in Rafah could happen at any moment. Please donate what you can and share widely. Thank you for all the funds and shares so far. Keep them coming. 2 things. 1, anyone who would like to see receipt/confirmation that money did go to evacuating families is more than welcome to DM. I will provide. Why not just post it publicly? Oh my God, kill me, fam. I want to see the first class plane tickets.
What do you mean, not going? Why not? I don't know. She said you had to pick up a friend of hers at the airport. It cost me $100, this ticket.
Why didn't she pay for hers?
That's a very good question. You know, she and I go out to dinner. She doesn't even reach for the check.
That's all I'm asking for is a reach. Is that so much to ask for? It's nice to get a reach.
True. Okay, one more link I'd opened.
You take a look at our border. So bad, there's never been a border like this.
This was 2 months ago.
The Republican frontrunner, the Democratic president. There is little policy-wise that you agree on when it comes to the accelerating crisis at the southern border, but there is no avoiding the crisis itself. Between December 1st and December 28th, U.S. Border Patrol took more than 225,000 migrants who unlawfully crossed the border from Mexico into custody. That's from preliminary data. For much of the month, officials were wrestling with more than 10,000 migrants crossings a day.
Jesus.
Those numbers capture a system that is completely overwhelmed, and on their face, seem to lend credence to 3 years of relentless attacks on this issue on the Biden administration.
The crisis at our border is a direct cause of Biden's dangerous and intentional policies.
Right now, America is being invaded.
Why is the border so broken?
Wait, why do I know? Is that Matt Gaetz?
Dangerous and
Clip it.
intentional policies.
Right now, America is being invaded.
Why is the border so broken? Because the policy choices of President Biden are not working.
The Biden regime absolutely has blood on its hands for their failure to secure our border. It's a direct result of Joe Biden's failed policies.
Republican, Democrat, all across America pleading with President Biden to address this problem.
Bro, I'm just imagining staffers. Okay, for Republican Congress today, we're doing collages.
And he refuses. And that surge also comes with a devastating human toll. The UN named the treacherous trek to the border the world's deadliest land migration route after nearly 700 deaths were reported in 2022. And there's a financial cost as well, a cost that has Democratic mayors pleading for federal funding, as they say the money will only continue to increase into the billions.
We are dealing with fundamentally a broken immigration system and one that has been in dire need of repair for more than 3 decades.
That, from Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, is not hyperbole. It is a very important element here. For decades, lawmakers have tried repeatedly and failed repeatedly to clinch any kind of wide-ranging agreement on what has become the most intractable issue in U.S. politics. In the last 20 years alone, major efforts have reached the precipice of passage in 2005, in 2013, in 2018. Each time, they went up in flames, victim to hard right fury over provisions Democrats viewed as essential in any deal. And that's what makes this moment, in the current negotiations underway between a bipartisan...
What do you think she means by I was preparing for the baby? Would it be sufficient to prove that she was trying to trap him if you could determine if she was taking prenatal vitamins without Fresh's knowledge? When she said preparing for the baby, I think she just meant after she knew she was pregnant. I don't think she admitted anything like that on the thing. Also, even if baby trapping isn't a crime, even if that does happen, there's something to prove there or whatever. And taking prenatal vitamins wouldn't...
partisan group of senators so incredibly unique. Do you feel like where Democrats are on the policy, the willingness to make deals on specific issues, has shifted dramatically over the course of the last several months because of the issues at the border you're talking about?
Yeah, I think it has shifted dramatically, and it should have shifted dramatically because of what's happened at the border.
That's Democratic Senator Michael Bennet, a key player in past talks, acknowledging just how far Democrats have moved on the policy. They have dropped key priorities like a pathway to citizenship or protections for undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. It's just the same question I posed to Democratic Senator Chris Coons.
Yes, I think there's a willingness to
God, what an unfortunate name.
reconsider the initial screening standard for asylum, for example, because so many people are now using the asylum process who ultimately, years later, after a court review, will be deemed ineligible for asylum. That's one of the biggest changes in recent years.
And that's also an issue that was never on the table before. Democrats now acknowledge there's a crisis at the border, and they also say they have shifted significantly on the policy, which means Republicans appear on the brink of the most significant border wins they've had in probably a generation. That's not my assessment. That's the assessment of the Senate Republican leader.
This week, Senator Langford and several colleagues continue their work to finalize the most substantial border security policy in 30 years. This agreement would come not a moment too soon.
Now, the Senator Langford McConnell is referring to is Jim Langford, and to be clear, he's an unquestionably conservative.
Do you support the multi-billion-dollar foreign aid? I actually want to know your opinion. I don't support it because I think it should be 10 times higher. But I support what was passed, I guess.
A Republican who, given the urgency expressed by those in his own party, said this.
There's an expectation that Congress is going to actually do something, and that we're not going to just wait around and to be able to hope things get better, but we're going to take the action to actually make things better.
Now, that expectation, to the extent Americans expect anything from their lawmakers at this point in time, is on the verge of being proven wrong because of things like this. Quote, a border deal now would be another gift to radical left Democrats. They need it politically, but they don't care about our border. That's Trump, not currently the president or even the actual Republican nominee yet, publicly undercutting Langford's efforts. And Trump's gone even further, lawmakers say, in private. And Republicans, the same Republicans who have made clear over and over and over again in hearings, in news conferences, in border visits, in political ads, just how much of a crisis this is, they're listening.
I'm encouraging President Trump to oppose the contours of the Senate deal such that I've seen it.
Which has led to a very sharp intra-party divide for the GOP, in large part because, at Trump's behest, many want to kill a deal that hasn't actually...
Is Destiny pro-war? Neato. I'm actually super anti-war, but I'm pro-defense. If somebody goes to war with you, wouldn't you be pro-defense? Or are you pro-pushover?
Been reached yet. A deal almost all of them haven't actually seen yet. And a deal that Democrats involved acknowledge moves further in the GOP direction than any ever has. All to maintain Trump's political advantage in a general election. Now, to be clear, not all are in this camp.
This would be a very significant achievement of this Republican minority in the U.S. Senate of forcing the issue. So I hope no one is trying to take this away for campaign purposes.
When you have an opportunity to make this country safer, you take it, and you don't play politics.
I'm being sarcastic? I was being sarcastic. Get fucked.
Question is, do you want to get something that will help us stem the tide of humanity coming across the border?
You ever consider reaching out to Obsidian for Bridges AE pod sponsorship? I don't think Bridges has like any like affiliate links, or I don't even know if Obsidian sponsors anybody. I don't think they do that.
Politics. The question is, do you want to get something that will help us stem the tide of humanity coming across the border in drugs, or do you want to get nothing?
But those types of statements are even harder to find in the Republican-controlled House, where Republicans have been repeatedly told their preferred legislation that they pass is a non-starter. They have to negotiate. This was Speaker Mike Johnson.
The border is a catastrophe, and it has to be addressed, and you're going to see House Republicans standing and fighting on that hill because it's important for the country.
Well, senators are on the verge of clinching a deal to address the border. It certainly won't be everything Republicans want. And to be clear, policy disputes are unquestionably legitimate and worth having. But working to sink the effort, sight unseen, solely because Trump demands it, well, perhaps Kirsten Sinema, one of the lead negotiators, captured it best.
Look, we're at a place where this package is almost done, and when the text comes out, senators will be able to review it and make their own decision. Do they want to secure the border? It's a choice.
It is a choice. So is politics over policy, crisis over just wanting to have one to win an election.
All right, let's bring in congressional reporter for Punchbowl News, Mika Soller.
It's crazy how normal senators are compared to reps. Am I crazy, or there's not like a weird Freedom Caucus like Trump-loving body in the Senate? Is there? Does that exist? And I'm not aware of it, or because I feel like I hear about the House Freedom Caucus and all those dudes all the fucking time.
Mika, good morning. It's wonderful to have you. We had, that's a parade of senators that Manu and Lauren Fox, my colleagues on the Hill, spoke to. They're kind of the last group standing against Donald Trump, frankly. I mean, Mitch McConnell arguably would prefer to be in that camp, but he is trying to navigate what's going on in his conference. What is your latest reporting about where this deal actually stands? It seems to me that Donald Trump has killed it before it was ever fully formed, but what's the latest that you're hearing?
Hi, good morning, Casey. I think that you're exactly right. I think this deal is on very thin ice, and there's a lot of frustration on Capitol Hill among senators who have been working on this for 4 months now. And, I think we heard Chris Murphy also express major frustration. He's one of the Democratic negotiators saying this deal is 95% done, and now Republicans are letting Donald Trump, who is not yet officially the nominee, I have to add, already creating problems for this on Capitol Hill. So I think that, we're going to see a lot more from Trump, especially so early on in the race for 2024, and he's going to continue to create headaches on the Hill as he's done in his first term as presidency as well.
Mika, I know you've been doing some reporting on Mitch McConnell and where he is in all of this. What's your understanding of how he views Trump right now and the impact?
In order to secure the border, we have to involve foreign aid as well. Honest question. Is that a question? I mean, you probably need some kind of foreign aid to help fund their, like, for instance, if you're going to say, like, remain in Mexico or something, you also need to help fund foreign asylum-seeking processing areas. Although I think Biden did that. Central American refugee processing, or would it be asylum processing? I thought that the United States was, like, some of these had already opened. Am I making this up? I had an article for this a long time ago. I looked this up when I was debating Sean, the AJW guy. This is not what I'm looking for. Are the Biden administration's processing centers for migrants in Latin America doing any good? They were designed to cut border crossings by letting migrants apply for U.S. entry without trekking north. So far, they may not have fostered legal travel to the U.S. for anyone. In April, the Biden administration announced to be opening processing centers. Okay, so these were the ones that were supposed to open for doing the faraway asylum processing, so they wouldn't come to the U.S. and do it. Without making the dangerous journey, so far, none of the 3 centers that have opened appear to have successfully fostered legal travel to the U.S. for migrants seeking refugee status or asylum. Is this because the courts are backed up, or are the centers themselves not working? Leaders of international non-governmental organizations have pressed the Biden administration for answers on the status of centers now called safe mobility offices, but so far have been met with vague answers. No, they've been told the goal of the building. They're moving towards. So far, there are safe mobility offices up and running in Guatemala, Colombia, Costa Rica. The offices have registered thousands, according to the State Department, but the agency has given no numbers on how many migrants have actually qualified for resettlement. Okay, so it sounds like the offices are up and running, but the cases are still backlogged. If I'm reading that correctly, right? Although, I mean, not necessarily. Maybe there's something in particular not working with these offices. Who knows? Rip.
That Trump has in the Senate.
Yeah, McConnell and Trump have a very icy relationship, and I think it's been pretty much non-existent since the January 6th Capitol attack. Obviously they strongly differ on the outcome of that, and McConnell has blamed Trump for that. And I think that has made it really, really difficult. But I think the leader McConnell still has to understand that he has to, kowtow to Trump in some ways, as he is pretty much the presumptive nominee here in the 2024 race. And if he does eventually win the race, then he's going to make it really, really difficult for legislation. I think that a lot of senators are frustrated by the fact that he has little understanding by the way the ins and outs of Capitol Hill, as he did in his first-term presidency. So I think there's going to be increasingly difficult for Republicans who are already very, very divided in the House, and now the Senate is really getting a taste of these divisions that the lower chamber has faced this Congress.
Wow, cool. Okay, good luck.